Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
And a good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout. Oh my God, I got to go fix this quickly. That's going to bother me. The camera is so awesome. Tilted right now. Tom, take over quickly.
Welcome to the Hangout. Happy Monday. Tao Gazzola, Corey the Butcher, and Jasmine with you alongside Iwanyk as he fixes that camera somehow. If you're watching, text us 780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. And then if you're watching, we apologize for the camera disruption. Iwanyk has fixed it. So there you go. Maddie's back. Good job, Maddie.
No, it's still tilted pretty good.
Well, you can see it right there.
Worse.
It's off center.
Good morning, nasties.
Good morning. What's up, Jasmine?
What's up?
What's up? Hello, Corey. Thanks for bringing in show meat today.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, thanks for having me.
What did you bring in? I know the boys are eating some pepperoni sticks, but what is this? What is your concoction that you brought in as a gift?
Just
today?
some beef jerky and pepperoni.
Got like any special flavors, or is it just straight up?
Just straight. Yeah, I figured you can't go wrong with regular.
The OG,
the OG
right? The
jerky.
original?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I can hear Dusty and Eric smacking their lips when they're eating it. And I was like, I'm kind of hungry now. But yeah, so great to have you on. First time, obviously, right?
Thank you.
Which is going to be awesome. And then you're back in the saddle, ready to go.
On a Monday. On a Monday. I was tired today. Felt like Hernan.
What'd you do all weekend?
I was just talking to Corey. I just, with the season changing, I deep cleaned and I did like 4 loads of laundry, but I did like that excessive laundry where you do like the blankets, the pillows.
Everything?
Yeah, everything. Just
You like winterized?
winterized. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
We're going to get a
Corey did the same
shortfall.
thing, he said.
Yeah.
I did a bit of that too.
Yeah. Prepping for winter.
Yeah.
Ugh, I know, right?
Right?
Prepping for hockey season. Let's go that way.
That's better.
Yeah,
sounds
get it out of the way.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Not much. Some of that. Played some video games. Activated.
Activated.
That's what he calls going to the gym.
That's what I call it.
Oh, good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
about it.
Day off,
Saw my
weekends
brother.
day off for gym. What did you do?
I was here for
brother.
from 10 till 4, went home and worked from like 5 till 9 on tomorrow.
I have to
And
say,
a few other things. So, and I've got a few things still that I need to get done that are coming today, or that should happen today for the show as I produce the show. And then just hopefully have everything done. And just tomorrow on the Hangout will be the first awards handed out for the Esties. It's those pre-show. We've got 5 awards. I'll be handed out on the Hangout tomorrow. And then we've got all the rest of the awards tomorrow night. Metro Cinema. It's the Esties. $10 to get in, Matt at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Last little bit to get your tickets to come join what is going to be a ridiculous night in such a great way.
No
so
doubt.
Presenters we've got full presenters. There's 3 musical acts. Straight up. There's 3 musical acts.
Wow.
that's great because my mom was like, what do we expect tomorrow? Like, what is it, a show? And I'm like, well, yeah, it's awards. And she's like, what else? And I'm like, I think there might be some music.
I got one. I was told one late yesterday, and it's like, okay, we've got 3 musical acts tomorrow. It's all going to be done in like the first 2/3 of the show, maybe first half of the show, the 3 acts. But there's even some musical acts tomorrow.
That's going to be great. Yeah,
one of them a complete surprise. The other one will be a surprise to people showing up, but people around here are going to get a glimpse of it potentially this morning.
Wow.
There's going to be a practice of it being done here this morning.
Wow. I'm expecting
The
like
rehearsal?
John T and Victoria spinning some 1s and 2s.
No John T and Victoria. No John T and
But John
Victoria.
T will be there.
One of them will be Fergie's prostate on the bagpipes.
Yes. Now, I told my parents about that. They're like, how does this happen? Where do you get a bagpiper? And I'm like, Fergie's prostate. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like,
All these words.
His name's Ian. He was in the RCMP, plays the bagpipes, runs the St. Albert Rugby Club, and he's going to start the show with bagpipes. And they're like,
Fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it will start right at, he's going to go on the stage at 7. He's going to play it in. Because that's going to be your side. Get to your seats.
in.
Yeah.
We're starting.
Yeah. We
We are getting going with the Esties. Cash saying what time the Nasties going to be at the Esties tomorrow. I'll leave that for the Nasties to talk about. Doors 6:15.
Yeah.
Show gets going at 7. So the 45 minutes to get in, get your picture taken, grab a drink.
Red carpet.
The red carpet.
Yes.
And then it gets going. We celebrate the first year of Edmonton Sports Talk.
I can't
gonna be
believe
great.
this.
Mind blowing, eh?
How did we come up with this? Didn't where did the idea? Remember, we were just sitting around and.
The idea came out on the morning show, and I can't remember the origin of why they brought it up. But Dusty, Eric, and Trev, one morning show, were talking about the idea of doing an awards.
Yes.
And then the next day, I was working on the morning show, and I'd heard about it the day before.
Yeah.
And Dusty and Eric were like, "Hey, Matt, what do you think of this idea?" And I think they were hoping I'd be like, "We're not doing this." But I was like, "Let's do it."
I know.
I think this would be great.
I remember
and
that.
Lo and behold, 10 months later, or whatever it is,
Here we are.
here we are.
Yeah.
We're having actual. I went by the marquee last week. It wasn't up yet. But we're gonna have our marquee on what was that road? What is
109th Street.
That's 109th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even across the river. I didn't know that.
Yeah. As soon as you get.
Well, it's like when you
109th.
cross White Mud on 66, it turns to 75th because
That part's
that makes
weird.
sense.
Yeah.
You just lose all the blocks. But I'm still waiting for that to be popped up. But yeah, we're gonna have red carpet. And yeah, 3
Photographer.
musical acts.
3 musical acts now.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. It's great.
Yeah.
Do you have what you're gonna wear? I'm sorry, Tommy.
Oh, that's okay. I don't
Oh
have
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I got my outfit all picked up.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a tux. I'll put it out there right now.
be.
But I'm gonna look good.
Yeah, I know
yeah.
you are. Yeah.
Look good, feel good. We're gonna have a good
Yeah.
time. The after party's gonna be fun. We're having that hangover the next day at 9, which is a great idea. I'm just kind of excited. Like the build up is legit, and I tried on my tux because I haven't worn it in 5 years.
And?
Fits.
Attaboy.
Nice.
We're good. Yeah.
I literally just got an email for another surprise for tomorrow. So
No.
Yes. It's all coming together nicely.
Andrea texting in. It's going to be so much fun tomorrow. I think Andrea is right.
Can't wait to see everybody. Don't be late though, because it's gonna start right on time.
We're gonna
right?
start at 7. I know there's one individual. I think Dr. J is coming a little late, but he knows he's coming late. So like, obviously, if you can't get there right off the bat, understand. But we are starting. Like, I want to start as close to 7 as possible because no one wants to sit there for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
We want to get that.
Get it
2,
going.
maybe a little over
Oh.
2 hours.
I
We wanna
texted you last night.
You text me?
Well, no, I emailed you.
Okay.
Eva G was asking.
Oh,
for
yeah, no.
champagne.
Yes.
The answer was no.
I will say you can maybe order it at Hudson's.
Yes.
You can maybe order it at Hudson's.
That's what my mom was like.
Champagne.
No, I'm not going to just be bringing a
love
bunch of
her. I
champagne.
can't See? Such is me.
I'll say this. This is where I'll go with it. I will not be bringing champagne.
You will not.
I will not be bringing champagne.
Okay.
I, as the representative of Edmonton Sports Talk, will not have the champagne there.
Your
That's-
suit is going to be stuffed
that's-
with finished long drink is what's going to happen.
Actually, I have a couple flasks, and I looked at them yesterday, and I thought, do I fill this up with birdie booze? A few of them just to have
That's
in the
good,
facility tomorrow.
Yeah. The answer is yes.
I gotta drive to Calgary tomorrow right after the.
No.
right
Oh,
after
You're
the
going
SAT.
after that. You
Yeah.
say you're there for Wednesday.
Well, because I have to be at SAT for a Wednesday 9 a.m. So I mean, I could get up stupid early and drive to Calgary
Yeah.
on Wednesday morning, but I'm gonna just head right after the Estes. I mean, I might hit the after party for a little bit,
As one does.
As one does,
Yeah.
but then I'm on the road to SAT.
no.
Yeah. I gotta, cause it's for the World Butcher Challenge.
Yeah.
Team Canada, one of our major sponsors is Canada Beef, and so we have some obligations with them.
Yep.
And that involves going down to Calgary and
Teaching.
just doing a little bit of teaching and just instructional work and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's very important.
We should talk. Well, we've got to talk about
Yeah,
the
so much to
Women's
talk about.
Championships because you said it's in March, right? It's
Yep.
in Paris,
Yep.
and like cost is one thing too.
yeah.
I mean, I should have known common sense, like the cost of meat, and you guys are practicing and stuff like that. So
Well,
give us the scoop,
Sure. Well, about the World Butcher Challenge, you
like
mean,
the whole
or-
process, because like we've been talking about the World Butcher Challenge for the last few weeks, but like,
Yeah. Well,
give us
and that's
the
it.
ins and outs. Corey.
It's essentially the Olympics of meat.
Yeah.
So, and it's not an individual event. It is and it isn't. There's a junior team or junior competition, and that's an individual thing.
Okay.
So Canada, we have 3 junior members, and they're just young butchers, young people, and the main event is teams of 6 butchers, and we have to cut and display a side of beef, a side of pork, a whole lamb, and 5 chickens.
With the time limit? Do you have a
Yeah,
time?
it's 3 hours, and that includes, or 3.5 hours, and that includes like setup, cleanup.
Yeah.
And our display has to be presented in a theme of our own choosing.
Oh.
Yeah, and so it has to
Halloween or something?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. Like let's say it could be like Halloween or in the last one, our display was Canada coast to coast.
Yeah.
And so we tried to present different cuts and like dishes of like covering the whole country and like indigenous population and like you name it.
Yeah.
Which it was great. It was like we were really proud of it, but it was lost on a lot of judges because each country brings a judge.
Yeah.
But like we made meat donuts and we presented them in a Tim Hortons box. But the judges were like, we don't know what Tim Hortons is. So
Right.
we wouldn't get full points for that, you know,
Right.
and stuff like that. So, and that was the last one was the first time Canada we had put a team forward.
Yep.
And so we learned a lot of what to expect and how to present ourselves in the next one in March. So I think we'll do a lot better.
How did you get a part of this? Firstly, sorry.
Oh, no, all good.
Well, the captain of the team, Peter Barta, out of Ontario, he because this thing has been going on for quite a few years. It started off between Australia and New Zealand, just over beers, saying who has, we got the better butchers, and this
Right.
and that. And then it just grew and grew, and then France joined in, and then the countries it just got bigger and bigger. Right. And then so we'd always kind of known about it, and then Peter was like, you know what, I want to put a team in. I think Canada should put a team in. And so he kind of put a call out on social media. And I hadn't heard about it, but a friend of mine, Elise Chatterton here in Edmonton, she's a butcher as well. She messaged me and she said, "Hey Corey, did you hear Canada's putting a team in the World Butcher Challenge? You should try out." And I was like, "Well, are you going to try out?" She says, and it was basically like, "I will if you will." And it was like, okay. Mm-hmm. So I emailed Peter and just to find out, like, can I join or how do I join? And then they gave us all different assignments. Like, let's see what you can do with like a leg of pork. Let's see what you can do with, lamb shoulder or whatever. And so we had to do whatever we wanted to do with these things, just fancy it up and present it. And then put it on social media, mainly on Instagram, because it's all visual based. Right. And then use the appropriate hashtags so that then the powers that be could like look at it and decide who's the best. So we had to try out over like, I don't know, it was like 6 or 8 different assignments they gave us. Yeah. And then it was nothing. Then it was like radio silent. And I was like, well, I guess I didn't make the team because it was like 6 weeks that I hadn't heard anything. And I kept messaging and emailing Elise and being like, "Do you hear anything yet?" And she was like, "No, I haven't heard anything." And then we were both like, "I guess we didn't make the team. Oh well, it was a good try." Blah blah blah. And then one day at work, I went out for lunch just to grab a burger or something, and I was in a Five Guys. And I was just waiting for my order, and I checked my phone, and then I checked my emails, and I got an email from Elise, and all in caps, it just said, check the email. Or she sent me a text, and she said, "Check your email." Yeah. So I did, and sure enough, there was an email from one of the managers of the team, and he said, "Congratulations, you made the team." So I'm in Five Guys. Wow. Woo! I gave like the old woo, and everybody sort of stopped. And I was
do that when I get my burger too there.
Yeah. Oh, they're great, right?
I got so much extra fries.
Yeah, right. And then everybody kind of looked, and I was like, "Sorry, everybody, I just made Team Canada." So they all kind of gave a bit of a round of applause. Yeah, so that was great. And then the process started of getting together for practices and kind of getting together and knowing each other. Because we all have to work together. Like there's 2 breakers, 2 trimmers, and 2 finishers. Yeah. So the breakers like break down the hind of beef, pass it over to like I'm a trimmer or a cutter, and then I sort of process it further, and then I pass it over to the gal next to me is Taryn, and she's a butcher out of BC, and she really finesses it up and puts garnish on it, and fancies it up for the display, and then it goes onto the display table. So
wow, it's not cooked, right? Yeah,
no,
the presentation. Okay, so
but it all has to be cookable.
Right.
You know, like it can't be just something ridiculous
Oh, I
that's like,
see.
Yeah.
like a few years ago, I mean, as Canada, we kind of joked about it as a team. Somebody made a meat cake. And it's like, how the heck do you cook this thing, you know?
Right.
And so everything has to be like cookable. Like you can just take it, and we have to present it with cooking instructions.
I like that.
Yeah, so that the
there's
judges can look at it in
practicality to
practical. And so, yeah.
So it's like it's like Food Network. Like
Yeah.
everything you're talking, it's like Food Network. I love
Yeah.
watching those shows and those competitions.
Yeah.
Do we, as Canada, I'm going to use it in this instance.
Why are you putting quotes to that one?
Because I'm the
You
one
are
who's a
Canada.
stickler
We're
for it.
Canadians,
Yeah.
though.
Do we have a rival, or is it just us against the world? How do you look at it when you're up there?
Yeah, it's basically, well, we're kind of, okay, there's in my own mind, I don't know, I can't speak for anybody else, but there's different tiers of teams.
Yep.
You know, like honestly, like Germany are defending champs.
They're very good with succulent meats.
Yeah, exactly. And New Zealand, Australia, they're like the top three in the last one where Germany won. Number 2 was New Zealand, or 2 was Australia, 3 was New Zealand.
Yeah, suck it, America.
Well, it was in Sacramento, and they were really good. And honestly, England's always top tier.
Really?
Yeah, that's
The European nations are very big on butchery. Ireland, they're
That
huge.
would make sense.
Like when you said
France,
France, I'm like, well, of course.
Yeah,
like
it's
everything
fine.
is fancy.
Yeah.
And
France actually has the most people or young people in their butchery schools of anywhere in the world.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that from an outsider's perspective wouldn't surprise me, but like New Zealand, Australia, I'm like, well, I mean,
They're big with beef.
okay.
Yeah, that's beef country.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
Interesting.
it's kind of neat. Like you say, that's the one thing that, especially being from Alberta, like Alberta beef, there was a few events that we were at, you know, like dinner and formal events and whatever like this. And then you mingle with people from around the world, different butchers, and they're like, oh, where are you from? And I say Alberta, Canada. And they're like, oh, Alberta beef. Yeah, you know, best in the world. So it's like, it's true. We're really known for our beef.
Berta.
Does it, you know how there's like steroids and such and like certain beefs and whatnot? Like, does that impact the judges? Do they?
Well, no.
Because you have to I'm assuming you guys all use the same.
Yep.
Oh,
meat,
okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
it's all
So it's a level playing
They
field.
give you.
exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. They
You
give
show
us
up and
all-
it's
there.
It's like here you
what-
go.
yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
So
You just have to work with
Do
it.
they use
Just work
Berta
with it.
beef?
No, especially in
Yeah,
France.
right?
In France, they're but they do give specifications, like it's all going to be approximately around the same weight and the same size and that sort of thing.
This is cool.
So I have a question. I'm dying to know about the butcher career. So how did you get into wanting
butchery?
Yeah.
Well, I grew up around it. My dad, he always he had a shop. My dad was a butcher, and his dad before him. But my grandpa, my opa, he didn't have his own shop. He went from farm to farm, sort of just processing meat for farmers. And then my dad took up the trade, and so I grew up around it. And
So he taught you like how to cut and stuff?
No, but I always wanted to be in the food industry. I actually wanted to be a chef.
Right on.
And
Is it because of the tats? Are you just trying to...
no, they came later. Yeah. But so I worked in a restaurant when I was just, you know, a young guy, and just as a busser. And then I remember telling the chefs in the kitchen, like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And they were like, dude, don't do it. Like, you work hard, not much pay. You know, we get dumped on a lot. And I saw that then working in the restaurant. So I was like, well, I still want to be in the food industry. So it seemed like the logical choice to just follow my dad's steps. So I took the course at NATE.
Yep.
And then I hooked on with Acme. Right out of NATE, there was a job posting on the wall at NATE. So I took it off and I brought it home. I was like, hey, Dad, what do you know about Acme Meats? And my old boss, Jack, he was the owner of Acme at the time. And he's like, oh, my dad says, oh, Jack, yeah, drop my name, tell him who you are. You'll get the job. And sure enough, and here I am almost 30 years later.
Damn.
You
Acme
love
Meats.
it, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
You love it. And I must say, so you're in Ritchie Market.
Yeah.
Beautiful there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that place. Like, that's the vibes. Definitely visit Ritchie Market if you haven't been there.
Yes, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Also,
was there the Nate Retail Meat Store when you were going?
yeah.
Yep.
That's the best.
That's what I want. Yeah, I was gonna ask about that because like I would buy our
best spot.
RTA building too. The meat store, and then Ernest always smelled amazing.
I never went to Ernest.
Oh.
Never got to Ernest.
So
one
good.
time my class, we were going to do it as like the end of our semester or something, and it was fully reserved. And we're like, oh, we can't get in.
It is phenomenal.
But they moved the retail meat store into a more public area.
Yeah.
Which is just such a shame because there's that hidden gem that you didn't
Yeah, it
want
was
anyone
right
to
in the
know
corner
about.
of the cafeteria there.
And you'd go get your cheap meats.
Yeah.
And
Eric
now they're a
always
little
talked about
too big, and it's
Yeah.
like, now more people are going to know about this. Have you ever been to the Nate retail meat store? Mm-mm. Oh, it's just the students. It's what they've cut up.
Yeah.
And it's on a, it's
And
better price
I was gonna
because
say
it's
on a
just like
budget,
they're not
right?
looking to really.
Yeah.
It's like a
'cause-
junior stylist.
Yeah, they're basically
Yeah.
just making their money back from the proteins that they bring
Right.
in, so they're not looking for profit. But it's good because the students are also, they learn about sales and learning how to like present, the product and stuff
Right.
in the retail meat store. So yeah.
So, do your kids think you're a badass?
No, God,
Really?
Dad's a dork. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, but I mean, the vibe I get from them is like, oh God, Dad.
Pig's head again, Dad.
Yeah, my oldest son, he worked in the shop in the summer. He's going to Grant Mac now, but it was great working with him.
So, are you a big knives guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
Because knives are like, there's like an underground thing for knives. Like, I gift knives to people
yeah.
that
Do
get
you?
married and stuff. Yep. Because knives are like $300.
Oh, good knives
Yeah.
are very,
Yeah.
very expensive.
yeah, absolutely.
And it
Especially
makes a difference.
the Japanese knives. I like. I don't know. I shouldn't plug them, but there's
Yeah.
a Japanese knife store on White Avenue, and they that's go in there and I just give them my credit card because they see me coming.
those.
Is that, I want to go.
They know they're
Give me
not.
the
This is
name
an
after
easy
it.
sell.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a knife on one tattoo on one.
Yeah.
Is it on the other two?
Or what, the handsaw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite knife?
Yeah, at the shop, you can probably see it if you come into the store. In the back, we have the magnetic knife holders, and everybody like has their own knives, and I have my own. It's sort of an unwritten rule. You don't touch someone else's knives.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
right. I learned that
assume
from
so.
Food Network.
And if you do, it's like, oh, can I just use that for
Well,
a
it's your
sec?
tools. Like you don't go grab someone else's stick in hockey. I'm guessing, unless
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
point.
good. That's a
like
great
you go
point.
take your own sticks, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's similar
Yeah.
type thing. That's
Yeah.
These
And
are
I
my
mean-
equipment. This is my equipment.
Yeah.
I need this.
And like again with the Butchery team, we're sponsored by Frederick Dick Knives, and so we all get our own scabbard, like our holster for our knives, and we have our own knives. And it actually, you have to get used to knives, like like how it feels in your hand. Different knives are different. So so probably I'm gonna start here pretty soon to kind of start wearing my gear, because I don't wear the scabbard a lot, so I'm gonna have to start wearing it just to get used to wearing it. We have to wear a chainmail apron just for safety, because safety and sanitation are things that we are judged on. So I have to start wearing that, because it's not that heavy. It's only about 2.5 pounds, but you start to notice it. You really do. Yeah, so I got to start getting into the mood.
Okay, so when you're not watching sports, Corey, are you watching like Food Network and the Food Challenge shows and like comparing or like judging them? Like, because Jasmine asking about like the Food Network and saying she watches it. I'm assuming you see some stuff. You're like, oh, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yeah, because there's not a lot of, honestly, like obviously I'm into the Butchery, but there's not a lot of Butchery programming.
True.
Not that there should be, but you know what I mean. It's always like baking shows, which is great, or like just straight up
Barbecue,
cooking,
yeah.
barbecue, yeah. But like actual like meat cutting and meat shows, you don't get that a lot. So that's why I don't think Food Network. Well, yeah.
Well, there's
here
a
we go.
market maybe for you.
Yeah, right.
Maybe this is the start.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's why I'm hoping that the Food Network, I know for the last World Butcher Challenge, I did approach the Food Network to see if they would be interested in broadcasting it. Because, friends and family are like, well, where can I watch this competition?
Right.
And it is on YouTube.
Sweet.
But like, not everyone, knows YouTube.
You have to go
or-
search it.
Yeah, we-
Yeah,
search
you
it out
got
and
to seek
stuff.
it out.
Right.
And then a lot of times,
Or a live
people
radio
lose
show.
interest. So,
Or, sorry, yeah.
but yeah, the Food Network, they had no interest in it, which I was like, well, okay, it seems like it would be up your alley, but whatever.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking like Wild TV, Bozone Live, season 5 coming up right away here, by the way.
Well, I was thinking like a hunting channel.
Yeah.
Would maybe be more interested in something like that too.
Maybe.
'Cause that's-
I know some people over there, so.
There is a question that is coming for you that's a little away from Butchery Team Canada, but do you, question for Corey, do you do much processing of wild game?
I do not. I mean, I used to, like, okay, Acme used to be across the street from the Ritchie Market in the other strip mall there. And we were our own, it was like our own shop. Whereas
just
now,
you.
yeah, it was just us. So now we're part of a bigger market and it's very open and stuff. And like,
So you don't want to have a deer, like a.
well, and I
walking
can't
in
by
there.
law.
Yeah.
I have to. It has to be in its own like wild meat.
Yeah.
I can't store it with graded beef or graded
Okay.
inspected
Right.
proteins. So just in case, diseases and stuff,
Yep.
cross contamination and that sort of thing. So I mean, I'll do it for friends and that are hunters or whatever like this. But yeah, I don't in the shop.
Interesting.
All of our hunters at Bozone, they're like, I got my guy. He does it.
Yeah, yeah, everyone's got a guy.
Yeah, they got a guy.
Yeah.
I love wild game though.
Louis DeBrusky's big hunter and stuff, right?
He's on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
If he's looking for a guy.
Yeah. Jason Moss is also on it, but last year he was a little bit busy and couldn't hunt.
Yeah, well, he's got to turn his team around a little bit here, otherwise they might not make the Grey Cup again.
Well, that was a tough tie against Calgary the other day.
2 ties this season.
That's I know.
I hate it.
And it just seemed so meh. I was like,
Just a game of field goals. And
Yeah.
Montreal's not good right now.
what are they, 10-2-1?
Well, but like, look at their last little stretch. They beat Saskatchewan because Brett Lawler can't kick a field goal.
That's true.
They beat Edmonton because MBT throws a 5-yard play on a 3rd and 10.
Yep.
And Boris Beatty misses field goals.
Yep.
They go lose to Montreal or BC. And then
And handily, too. Nathan Rourke had a field day.
and then they tie Calgary. That's the run of their last 4 football games.
No bueno.
It's not exactly the toughest team in the league anymore, like that team that you'd fear. I don't know what to make of anyone in the Canadian
Oh, the
Football
boys were
League right
talking
now.
about that on the morning show. They made a good point.
You can't complain about ties, Mr. Nil-Nil.
In this football, I can. That's acceptable because that's part
soccer,
of
by the way.
that's the soccer. Like that's what you do in soccer.
Yeah.
Watch for 3 hours and it's 0-0. It drives me nuts.
It's only 2 hours.
Okay, wow.
If it goes 3 hours, we have extra time plus penalty kicks.
That's what I mean.
It's stuck in 3 hours.
It's still
That's-
0-0, yeah.
But it would have to be extra and it would have to be penalties.
Oh, goodness.
But in like the CFL, like I go back, it's a missed field goal can score a rouge or a punt can score a rouge. Like 1 point, guys.
Yeah.
Or score like in the overtime, they couldn't score a touchdown.
I know.
I'm in a pick'em pool with Reed. Like there's a bunch of people.
Yes.
I think virtually between the 3 games, everyone got almost every single game wrong. It was that weird of a weekend in the Canadian
weird
Football
weekend,
League. For Butchery Team Canada, you're also raising some funds because one, you got to get to Paris.
Right.
Very cheap, like,
Oh yeah.
and as we were talking before the show, and you mentioned like it costs a lot of money to come and practice.
Yeah,
between
absolutely.
hotels, flights, the proteins to work with.
Yeah.
But you got a fundraiser coming up September 26th. Meet up in the market. $100 includes a beer, food, and raffle ticket. Heine of Alberta, a quart of Alberta beef valued at $1,400. Tell us more about Meet Up in the Market.
Yeah, the meetup in the market. It's something that I kind of put together to raise some money for the team. Yeah, like you say, it's $100 a ticket, but that gets you in, gets you a drink, gets you some food, which the food's all being provided by the Bira by Bira, the restaurant. You know,
love Bira.
yeah, the chefs there, they're fantastic, and they're really awesome for helping me out with this. But then each ticket gets you entered into a draw for a hind quarter of beef, a side of pork, or a chicken pack. So I got a lot of really awesome silent auction items too. A lot of people have really stepped up and helped me out a lot with that. So it's going to be great. A lot of good eating experiences, a lot of good restaurants. I don't know if you guys been to the one I'm like super stoked on is, and I shouldn't play favorites here or anything.
You can play favorites.
But Bar Henry, have you been?
I
to,
saw you
Amazing.
tweeting about that one, and he's talked about it.
Yeah. Do you know Daniel Costa?
No, I know Tristan over there though.
Yeah. It's I
Because he
went there.
was Corso 32.
Yeah.
And what's the other one?
Barbarico.
That's
Yes.
And Uccellino.
Oh, yeah, I like
Great
that.
date spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the former head chef of Uccellino, he works with me at Acme now. He's one
Really?
of my guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wanted to
he's-
get out of the sort of the same thing, right? He wanted to get out of the restaurant industry, but
Yep.
like
still
in the
a
food.
way, right?
Yeah.
Just in a different capacity.
Yeah.
Yes, Bar Henry. It's like the hidden gems.
Yeah, it really is a hidden gem.
You honestly wouldn't know what's there.
It's so good.
That's the
so
whole point.
good. And it's tiny
I
too.
know, but
right?
that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I remember you saying it was where it was,
Yeah.
and I'd walk by and I was like, "Where the hell is this?" Like we were trying to and it took me a couple walk bys. I'm like, "Oh, there it is.
Yes.
That's the
I'm
spot."
like, Maddie, it's right there.
Like-
Like I can't see it.
Yeah, it's right in like Ice District there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
Nobody
just
knows.
a small little thing on the door that's printed on the door, and if you don't see that little thing, you would not know it's there.
What I like that they do is they put the curtain there too, so
You
it's
can't see inside.
so like inconspicuous, and yeah, it's a great spot.
Yeah.
About Bira. One time I went there and they had like those long picnic tables behind me, and there were people that would just come and meet each other. Like it was like a community. It's
Yeah.
like every Tuesday or something, Wednesday, I don't know what day, but like randoms or strangers would go there to make friends.
No way.
I thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
that-
Have you heard of that before?
No, but that
Yeah.
that building is unique because it was an old not factory or
No, it was originally it was a gas station, like a garage
Right.
slash gas
Yeah.
station, like back in the day. And then
Bless you.
and then it became like a sewing supply place,
Right.
Called
Cool.
Stampadoodle.
but it's a bigger building. Like,
Yeah, well, and then then it got torn down, and then the owner Greg, he's the one that approached me about because he wanted to make it like a food hub
Yeah.
kind of thing, and then he built this building that's amazing, and it's super fun. It's just a good vibe in the building with
Yes.
Transcend Coffee, Duchess Bake Shop,
Yeah.
the restaurant. There's a brewery in there. Us,
They
like,
have
it's just fun.
donuts. What's that? Donut
Oh,
party?
donut parties like in the strip mall next to us. But yeah, it's like there's ice district. We're like the dessert district.
Yeah.
You know? Kind ice cream is across
And
the way.
parking is pretty good there too.
Yeah.
Yes. Quick, just I got to break some breaking news from the National Hockey League. Pittsburgh Penguins have signed Sidney Crosby to a 2-year, $17.4 million extension, which is $8.7 million
How
per
is-
season.
8.7. I just want to know the number, you know? How he's like all about the number.
$7
Yeah.
million is what
Sorry,
Crosby.
2 years?
2 more years.
Okay.
So they'll take him through the 26-27 season. So he'll have this season. So 3 more seasons with the Pittsburgh Penguins for Sidney Crosby. Just wanted to break that. As
Shocking.
That's very good news.
Yeah.
Thank
He was
you.
talking so openly about it last week at their informal skates. It's like, he's just gonna sign another couple of years.
But we wanted to know the number.
I'm actually a little surprised too, though, that he's committing to staying there while they go through this rebuild type thing.
He's won championships. He's fine.
Well, but that's like part of it though is like he has won everything.
Yeah.
At what point this could have been a good time to be like, you want to know something? I'm done. I'm going to leave at the top. I'm still really
No,
good.
he's married to the game still. He's one of those.
Sure.
Is he chasing any records or anything like that still? That are within reach, you know what I mean? Maybe he's doing
I don't know.
that.
Are there any milestones?
You never hear about that with Crosby.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because I mean he's
We got the Ovi watch, we know.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's take a look.
But I don't know of a Crosby one.
Because maybe there's something like that is maybe drove him to like I got another couple years.
I also thought maybe there would like before he was talking openly like last spring or something. I thought maybe there'd be a chance of go to Colorado to go play with McKinnon.
I never really bought that. Just
No,
because, like,
that they seem so close, and it'd be like, would you go like if you're McKinnon, like go to Crosby, like, hey, look, let's come here, help win another, let's win a cup together.
Ray Borkett, basically.
Yeah.
with already having rings.
Yeah. I guess I had my doubts about that. So
He's a simple man.
Brent, too bad Connor couldn't be infatuated with 9.7 number for a contract.
yeah, good point.
What did happen? Something Connor
Yeah.
goes down, like he's gonna
right.
go down next
9.7.
year.
Yeah.
I made 12.5. I'm good. Let's go
Yeah.
9.7.
Yeah. Well, 1,600 points he's going to get to pretty quickly. He's at 1,596. 600 goals. He's 8 away from that. So he does have, like, personal milestones that he's going to hit.
Nothing that'll take him a couple years. So
No. He's going to get both of them this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 goals he needs for 600 and then 4 points for 1,600. But, like, that being Crosby, like, I don't think that would be a huge motivator. I did it.
yeah,
So, I don't know.
He's still so good, but quietly.
94 points last year. 42 goals, 52 assists.
He is the quiet superstar now.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because of just what the other superstars are doing, like that we focus on the younger guys now. But Crosby's still there executing.
6 100-point seasons. Yeah, he's been good for 90 the last couple. Unreal. 2 more years at least.
Yeah.
3.
3.
Well, including this
well,
year.
this year, 2-year extension.
He's got 3 more at least.
He is 37.
So that takes it to 40.
Takes him to 40. Maybe that's it.
And yeah, maybe
for
that
life.
was a
Yeah.
goal of his. You know, I want to play till I'm 40.
Yeah. And then that's it.
Man.
With one son.
Olympics, right? Olympics again
Yeah.
in 2026 will be something I'm sure
Yeah.
so he wants to stay
Which,
primed for that.
like, I'm excited for Four Nations, agree, but it's not the Olympics. Like, we need to see it once in our life.
Yeah.
McDavid and Crosby at the Olympics together.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. It has to happen. And now, so I'm glad, like, you just bring him. I don't even care if he drops off the face of the earth, like, cliff-wise, play-wise. You just bring him.
He's still going to be good. Like, he's
I know.
going to be, unless he falls off a cliff, but I don't think his game's going to fall off a cliff. Just his consistency, like you said.
Yeah.
So, the Four Nations thing, too, face-off, like, neat, but some of those other countries are like, why can't we do it?
Yeah,
Why aren't
right.
the checks there?
I will say this. If you're an Oilers fan, you're excited about this one.
Of course, yes.
Well, here's why.
Continue.
Leon Draisaitl won't be there.
Oh,
He gets a rest for 2 more weeks.
that's a good point.
As you get set for a playoff push, as you get set for the trade deadline and that entire thing, Connor's going to be gone. Skinner's going to be gone. Bouchard might be gone.
Yeah. Hyman.
Hyman might be gone.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone would. Acme, would he go?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. But like, so then the Matthews is going to go to the Americans. You got all those. Leon gets a 2-week vacation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He gets to rest. He gets to be good to go. Here's a guy that historically there's always some sort of ailment with Draisaitl that he crushes. Well, he gets 2 weeks off in the middle of February to be like, go rest up.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The Oilers want to go win a cup this year. You should be thrilled that he's not there. And if you should maybe almost hope that maybe Bouchard doesn't deserve to be on that blue line for Four Nations.
He gets a 2-week break too.
Yeah,
if he
why
doesn't
not?
deserve
You
to be
know
on
something?
the vac.
Aiden Hill and Jordan Binnington are way better than Stuart Skinner.
Yes,
Maybe Skinner
yes.
shouldn't go to this Four Nations. Maybe he should get some time off.
Yeah, he's a great number 3.
Yeah, right.
Sam Montembeau, really, his game
Yeah.
is just elevated.
Skinner's the 4th best Canadian goalie right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
He shouldn't be selected.
Yeah, he needs a break. That's a great way to.
That's the
Yeah.
campaign the Oilers fans should be doing this year, is pushing everyone else's players and not theirs.
Yeah.
Connor has to go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. That's
He's
a
already
given.
named to the team.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hyman, who knows? Maybe this is his only shot at Canada. Maybe
I'm
he
told
doesn't
he's
get there.
already on the team.
I know, but that's where I'm like, maybe he doesn't get to 26. Maybe next year, who knows?
Right,
So
right.
maybe this is his shot to go represent Canada at major tournaments.
Yes,
So yeah, he can
yes.
go. But everyone else, they really don't deserve to be there.
No.
There's so many other better players than those guys. None of them should be selected to
Right.
Team
Yeah,
Canada.
right.
Put Bedard on McDavid and Crosby's line. Just do it.
Yeah.
Even if he's not ready.
McKinnon and McCart definitely have to be there. And who's they don't have a Canadian goalie.
Shea Theodore definitely needs to be there.
Just go through all who's the
Alex
goal.
Pietrangelo.
Take a look at the
Yeah.
Golden Knights. Let's take a look
Yeah.
at their roster and
Yeah,
go,
right.
who
Through all
needs to
of-
go in February to go represent Canada? Those players are way better.
Way better.
Way better.
Championship pedigree.
That's what Kelvin in the nasty chat. Exactly. Yeah, that's what you have to push for this year. Who
I
cares
like
about
that
the Canada?
strategy. I think that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
We have enough Canadian great hockey players. They don't need to be filled by Edmonton
Yeah.
Oilers.
Yeah, exactly,
Exactly.
right?
Touche.
Yeah. So don't be upset if Oilers don't make that team. And like I said, in fact, push for the Oilers not to make that team. And then they're healthy, ready to go come March.
Best is best.
That's right.
By the way, if people want tickets for Meet Up in the Market,
Yes.
there's an Eventbrite page.
Yeah, I have an Eventbrite page. Shoot me a DM on either Instagram or Twitter. And yeah, I'll take your money.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's going to be a good time. Just to come out and mingle and have some laughs. And I'm going to have the the last World Butcher Challenge playing on the
cool.
TV there. Yeah, just something to have on in the background. And yeah, it'll be a good time.
September 25th, 6 to 9.
Yeah.
Corey the Butcher, Corey with a Y on Instagram. Or
EY.
EY, pardon me.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have.
Yeah.
Sorry, Corey with EY.
It could be CORI.
I know.
Yeah.
So
But I meant to say EY.
there we go. This is the EST Hangout. Corey the Butcher from Acme Meat Market, Matt Iwanyk, Jasmine, Tom with you here live on Edmonton Sports Talk, on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, on YouTube, as well as on podcast. Thank you for tuning in. The official drink of the EST Hangout. It is the Finnish long drink, the legend of 1952. In stores now, longdrink.com/Canada. Enter your postal code. I had to tell Belzy about that. He texted me this weekend going, where do I get the long drink? I was like, well, you got to go to this website, type in your postal code, and it'll tell you the liquor stores that have ordered and you could possibly go get it. There's a lot in Edmonton that have had it, but to have an idea of where it is, it's a great way to do that. Or liquorconnect.com. A lot of people don't know about that site. It basically is connected to anyone who orders liquor in Alberta from like liquor stores. It tells you who's ordered whatever liquor within 90 days. So if there's like a wine you're looking for or anything like that, you can just enter it there, click, and it shows you. But the finished long drink, it's how good it is. Belzy had one last week and was like, I need more. And we actually need more here too. So I
tried both, and because I think I only tried the one with no sugar in
Right.
it.
Yes.
I still like the one with no sugar because it tastes exactly like the one with.
That's what I think.
It's wild.
I think they taste the exact same.
Yeah.
A few other people do like the sugary one a little bit more. But I'm like, to me, I was like, I taste the same to me.
Yeah. A little bit more club soda-y for the zero sugar, but yeah, love it.
It just tastes like sparkling water with a hint of grapefruit.
Exactly.
You know, it's kind of funny you were talking about like how to find different liquors and whatever. In the Ritchie market, there's like a market within a market that sell, beer, wine, obviously because of the brewery and stuff. You guys sell the Birdie Booze out there. I only just found that out. The Birdie Booze is in the Ritchie market.
Somebody tweeted that, I think.
That would be the workings of one Brian Schmidt.
Well, anyone could order it now.
Yeah.
If you know somebody at a liquor store, they can order Birdie Booze.
Yeah, and so, in preparation for coming here today, I had a couple of Birdie Boozes last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
As one does.
As one does, yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's other flavors of the long drink.
What?
JJ Jackie says, wait till the other flavors get shipped up. Peach, cranberry, and pineapple. I am a sucker for anything peach.
Yeah.
I love
I like
peach.
watermelon.
Oh my God. There's a peach long drink.
The cranberry intrigues me.
Mango would be dope.
That's going to be perfect for Christmas time.
Yeah, right?
The pineapple? That's great.
I'm intrigued. The finished long drink. Try it.
I know I asked you earlier, I'm like, oh, you're an NFL fan. You're like, oh, it used to be blah, blah, blah. Did you watch the UFC this weekend?
No.
Anybody
No
watch it?
I just saw the highlights and that sphere looked unbelievable.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That sphere
Unbelievable.
looked wild. And you guys went to it too.
They
Right?
went to the sphere, yeah.
Oh, you didn't go.
We got it was like a nature video that we saw, which was really cool.
Right.
So we didn't see an actual show fully there.
That show was wild. They had like drones inside yesterday or on the weekend.
Did they?
Yeah.
Eh.
But the fights were boring.
All I saw was on
That's
Twitter
so
on
boring.
Sunday. Dana White on his press conference on Saturday night said he hopes no one saw the main event or the co-main event. Because
Yeah, those are like
the
two I
event
watched.
was huge, was apparently great until that. And he said if they shut it off at that point, they're probably UFC fans today. But I guess the two final fights just weren't good.
Yeah, like I saw the women. I love the women's match. No offense, boys, but women when they fight, they are rowdy and like they're entertaining. And for the first time, I was disappointed.
We have Rose Namajunas coming in tomorrow.
Thank
Oh,
you.
really?
Yeah.
She'll be in at 9:50 tomorrow.
Yes.
Or 9:40.
Should
Can't
be
remember.
right here in the studio for the Hangout.
That's
Yes.
wild.
Yeah.
And it's like the Estes.
Estes.
I said it right. I was waiting for you to correct me.
No.
Did you order a mitten from there or something? Yeah, okay. Estes are tomorrow too. Wow.
Yeah, no,
It's gonna be
it's
hype
busy
tomorrow.
day.
Tomorrow's
Yeah.
Hangouts. Do I have anything else tomorrow? I don't think I've booked anything.
Tube
else tomorrow.
Socks bought
I
a
need to get someone
shirt
else.
for $150.
120.
Oh, sorry, $120.
Well, or is he lying? Well, I don't know if he. Well, he told me 120. So I'm going.
maybe
Is
it's
he
120, my
Is
bad.
he lying to?
No,
is he
I-
just adding value to all of this? He
That's
texted me actually saying at 120.
Well, $120 is a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's a good shirt then.
That's exactly I like told him that. I was like, it's something called a capsule piece, meaning you can
go
use,
on.
It's like something you can use in for 10 years. Like it's never gonna go out of style. The quality's
you
probably
see a
unreal.
picture?
No, but
Oh.
I can picture in my mind that it's probably a high end shirt and it's probably a white shirt.
And we're calling these capsule pieces.
Capsule pieces.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, you can.
But I mean, how do you know if something won't go out of style? Maybe it will.
it's probably.
Or it comes
Right?
back
I think
in
it's a white
style.
Yeah, it always does, right?
Yeah.
Just
like-
how long do you have to wait till it comes back in
long
style?
Yeah, right. And then when it does, it's be like, I'm ready.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
these
that's right.
90s.
That's
I was
exactly
about to say,
right.
what's coming back from the 90s? There's a few
Awful.
things.
It's the tearaways. You guys keep talking about it. It's in style. I saw a girl with high heels wearing them, and she rocked
Perfect.
it.
We're going to need EST tearaways.
I thought you could say high heels.
I will speak with Chelsea from the Hive, the official merch partner of EST, to get tearaways. I'll keep pushing her every day. I'll message her
know if
like,
they're gonna be in
find
stock for a while,
tearaways.
though.
Well, we got to do it now.
Yeah, you got to do it
Because if we don't do it now, we can't do it
exactly.
later. So we need the EST tearaways right now. TheHiveProductMarketing.com for any promotional products that you do need.
I had one more question for you, Corey. I'm curious. Like, I'm assuming anytime you get a cut of meat that's not your own, like, are you very judgy?
Like at home, you mean, or something like this?
Anywhere, like today you're having steak. Today you're gonna have ribs, pork chops.
Yeah, I feel like traveling and stuff.
No, not really. I mean,
you must have a refined palate. You know what you like because you're cutting it.
that,
You're working.
If I'm in a grocery store, I won't lie. I go down the meat aisle and I have a look. And I can't, like, I try not to,
right?
You know?
Well, that's good of you not to.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes, like, there's certain things that where it's like, that could have been done better or whatever, but I don't want to be that guy, but sometimes you just are. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're like a perfectionist because it's your craft, right?
Yeah, like...
I feel like I'm that guy.
Well, you know, when you get, like, a rack of lamb or a rack of pork or a crown roast, you know, where the bones are, like, cleaned and, you know... They're not always clean, and that drives me bonkers. You know,
that drives Gordon Ramsay bonkers.
Oh yes, best show.
And actually,
that's my favorite show.
Going into like the World Butcher Challenge and like Team Canada and everything, I thought I was pretty good, but then you know you get together with like some of the best in the country. It's pretty humbling. And actually the Peter, our captain, again, this guy, he's unreal. Like, and he's the one, he was like, you know, what you're doing is great, but try it like this. And like, we feed off each other and throw each other advice and stuff like this. And just everybody gets better learning from each other and working with these other amazing butchers. It really makes you step up your game.
Sorry.
Oh, you go ahead. I was just going to say, are you sure? Because like, how big is Team Canada, and like where is everyone from on this team?
Well, the actual, like including juniors and our managers and the main team, there's I want to say 11 of us.
Okay.
6 of us are on the, because there's 6 on the main team, and then we got 3 juniors, and then some support team members who look after us and take care of us and stuff. So yeah.
Where's everyone coming? Is it coast to coast?
Yeah, coast to coast. There's Taryn in BC, myself in Edmonton, and then everyone else is in Ontario.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Represent that West.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gordon Ramsay, he could cut up like a chicken or something blindfolded, could you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So you know like the anatomy of the animals, hey?
More or less. Yeah. That's it, and it's funny because I do like if I go to the chiropractor or something, and I got a sore muscle and I want to tell him where it's bugging me, I use like meat terms. It's like, yeah, it's kind of over by my flat iron. Can you get that or something like that, you know? But it's funny because my chiropractor, he's a good guy and he knows what I'm talking about. So he's like, okay, yeah, I gotcha.
He's learned.
Yeah.
He's learned your terminology.
That's right.
Do you
exactly.
butcher fish as well?
No. That's the one thing. I do work with a fishmonger here in the city, but
that's what's called a fishmonger, is like the butcher of a fish.
That's just what I call them, fishmongers.
Okay.
Yeah, no, just mainly because obviously fish has a smell, and if that's in my block, I can't get that out.
Okay.
So that's why I just bring that in. I don't have to mess with it or anything. So
yeah, because fish have like the bones in a fish are just so much to handle.
I had to do it once with a salmon.
Really?
Never doing it again.
Really?
I just want to buy and pin out like the pins out and all that. That takes a lot.
Well, like when you did it, where the bones were they were in.
Well, like I'm talking like those little pin things you have to take.
Yeah.
Didn't know, and I had to like
that's what
do not enjoy
doing
doing
like a lot
that.
of work, and
you don't want to butcher up the salmon as you're trying to take it out and you're ripping out pieces like, well, I'm screwing this up.
Wasting the meat.
Exactly. So no, always get it with the bone in.
Yeah.
Or the pins out, and stuff.
Yeah. Do you watch cooking shows?
Yeah, when I get a chance, for sure. Yeah. I honestly, like, if the TV's on at my place, usually like, because my kids are gamers and I love watching them play video games because it's just fun. Like they play a lot of like.
What are they playing?
They play NCAA football.
Oh,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah, they play.
It's unreal.
Yeah, they play that. They play NBA during the NBA season.
Yep.
NHL.
kids.
Yeah, they play the sports games, so I love watching them play. It's fun.
So do you watch NBA?
They're getting me into it. Yeah, a little bit more.
Your kids like it, eh?
Yeah.
Good.
That NCAA game, I do want to try it. I loved the NCAA games. I grew up on some of those. They were so much fun.
Even the players are hyping up that game.
They hadn't been out since 2014. That was the last one, I think.
Is that
Something
why?
like that.
Yeah.
Well, because
They
the
discontinued
money
it.
for like the players, was it the O'Brien case or whatever it was?
Yeah.
And the players like, well, you got to pay us to put us into the game because like you'd play like when Matt Leinart was there. I can't remember. I think he was number 2.
Yeah.
You could play it, and he was USC quarterback number 2.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I know who that is.
Yeah, just give his.
It's not
name.
Matt Leinart, but that's Matt Leinart. And
Yeah.
they're like,
Right.
well, I want my money. So then they stopped doing the games because EA Sports was like, well, we can't pay all this. And then eventually they figured it out, and it returned for the first time. And I've only heard good reviews from this video game.
It got hyped up big time.
Well, and the graphics are unreal. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Washington State Cougars 2-0, Big Apple Cup win over Washington. Miami Hurricanes, the U, big win over Ball State. Both 3-0 to start this season. Boom. And unfortunately, the Bears fell to Manitoba this weekend.
Yikes.
They went for a 2-point conversion on, like at the very end of the game to win it.
Yep.
And they couldn't get it done. So now they dropped to 1-2 on this season, which is not a good start for those Golden Bears. Lots of times to turn it around, though.
Do you want to read Rusty Shackelford's text or nasty chat message?
That's in the YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you want to read it?
I don't know. Okay.
Corey, what is your comments on Wagyu? Never had it and curious your comments on it.
I didn't want to miss
Wagyu.
Oh.
Well, there's
Because there's real one and there's fake one, is there not?
Wagyu. Yeah, I mean, because it's a certain breed of cattle, and obviously it's like super marbled, and I mean, the Japanese Wagyu, the stuff from that's the stuff that you always see that's all like super fancy, and it's like almost white with marbling and fat. It's fine. It's way overhyped, if you ask me, for like the Japanese stuff, because I mean, there's so much fat. It's kind of tough to cook. Because you're paying an exorbitant amount of money for it. You don't want to wreck it,
right?
But it's so rich that you can only eat a little bit of it because it's like eating a pat of butter. It's just too much.
Oh, really?
But okay, that's the Japanese stuff. There is like I bring in Albertan Wagyu, so because like I say, it's a breed,
okay.
And so it's able to like. It's actually got some meat to it,
Right.
So I bring in a side of that a month, and I just sort of dole it out slowly as much as I can because I've only got per side. You got one ribeye piece, you got one strip loin piece, you got one tenderloin. So and I want to have some for everybody. So that's why I dole it out kind of slowly. But a lot of people use it for special occasions. You're having some guests over or something like that. And I mean, like I say, it is more expensive. It's fine. It is beautiful beef, but it can be a little bit overhyped.
So would Kobe beef be the best one?
It's the same. Kobe and Wagyu are actually the same, but Kobe beef, it's sort of like champagne. It can only be called Kobe if it's from that region of Japan. And it's the stuff that's like, like massaged and fed beer and this and that, right? So, and that's why like, it does put on so much fat and stuff because it's like all fat and sassy, yeah, I mean, like I say, it's fine, but it's a little overhyped. I mean, give me a just regular Angus steak or something like that any day of the week.
Beats me.
Can I follow that up? I will follow up. Texas beef compared to Alberta beef. Your take?
I've never worked with it or anything, but I have some friends, and again, like some of the butchers from Team USA, it's fine. It's because Texas is kind of the Alberta of
Very
the
much
States.
so.
There's a lot of similarities between the two.
Yeah.
In many, many ways.
So it's very comparable.
Yeah.
Very comparable.
'Cause I was in Oklahoma, living in Oklahoma, but we spent so much time in Texas. They'd be like, "Texas beef's the best," and I'm like, "Well, I'm from Alberta.
I've had
I
it.
don't know."
Alberta is better. People would compare ours to New York, I think.
Really? Interesting.
Somebody had a really good question. I believe it was Matt Hyman. He first of all, he said, "Have you had that Edmonton Sports Talk clothing chat yet?" Clothing meaning fashion, kind of. But he asked a good question. So he asked about like chef coats, hats, bandanas.
Right.
So actually, very good question. So you know how you guys wear like do you wear like your like a chef's jacket?
For the that's part of our team uniform for Team Canada, so we do. But at the shop, I always just wear honestly jeans, black shirt,
And like an apron, right?
Yeah.
So do you buy like high end aprons and such, or because there's some that are really nice.
Yeah, I do have a few at home. Like I personally, I have probably
Kiss the
about
cook?
like, yeah, right, or the ones with muscles on it and stuff like this, you know. Yeah, I've got a few aprons, quite a few aprons at home, and it's funny because I have like an apron I wear when I'm barbecuing. I have an apron like if I'm just in the kitchen, like if I'm doing dishes or whatever, I have an apron for that. I always with the aprons, but as on the team, like I say, I have the chainmail apron. We wear red aprons, red leather aprons over top of our uniform. And they're like super slick. It's bison leather.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like truly Canadian.
Wow. And it's red because of the team colors?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's fashion right there.
Presentation.
Yeah.
But
Good, look
like-
good.
Yeah.
As far as hats, I have like my shop. We're pretty easygoing, loosey goosey. So if my staff wants to wear a toque or a hat, I'm totally fine with that. I don't have to worry about it. Like, some places they'll encourage wearing hats for like hygiene, and because instead of a hairnet, you wear a hat or whatever.
Is a bandana a hygiene thing too, or?
Yeah, a lot of times that, and I know chefs wear the bandanas and stuff sometimes because they're working over hot surfaces and sweat and whatever. But for us, it's I mean, I will never tell a staff member don't wear that unless it's something you don't want to wear swears on your shirt, like offensive stuff like this, or ripped up, or no tank tops. That's the one thing, is keep your armpits away from my food.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah.
I can respect that one.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Let's get to Hangout headlines, which are brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club, offering premier conditions, top-notch service, unmatched value. Visit them. Well, book your tee time by visiting them at theranchgolf.com. Just a little over a month left in their season, if everything goes well weather-wise. Although I saw some birds flying south in the V this weekend.
Man,
For tomorrow?
It's not happening.
geese were
It's gonna be
flying.
cloudy, I think.
Yeah.
No, for the next few months, like the month.
Oh.
Leading
Yeah.
for golf with the ranch, not the
I'm
Estes.
sorry, I zoned out. I was reading the nasty chat.
NFL weekend. Anyone have any takeaways from the NFL this weekend?
Let's go, Bird Gang.
Sloppy. It's been sloppy.
I will say I did call the Cardinals as one of my surprise teams to watch this
Yeah.
year.
Very
on
surprised with that.
Or the EST afternoons with Hernan and Gager, and I stand by that one.
Marvin
It looked
Harrison
pretty good yesterday.
Jr. popped off in that first quarter, and Kyler Murray looked like a championship caliber quarterback. He looked like a
did.
video game quarterback.
Yeah.
He was a cheat code.
Our team's not good wins, or no wins for us this weekend.
I know. The Ravens, eh?
To the
What's up?
Raiders. John Harbaugh
That's
has
the
9
Raiders.
big fourth quarter blown leads in his career, which is like the
Yikes.
most in the NFL. Like some pretty significant losses with leads in the fourth quarter. And another one this past week. And it's hunt for the first overall pick. It's on.
What
It's
about-
on. Season's over. It's done. Throw up the hands.
Really? You're giving up on the Ravens already?
I'm a very
0-2.
pessimistic fan.
What are
No,
they-
it's gonna be. It's not a Super Bowl year. That's the way I look at it.
They tied
They're
with-
not going to win a Super Bowl this year.
Never say never. Never say never.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, right.
I hope I'm wrong. That's why I'm
Patty's
all
a
in on the
pessimist.
Washington State Cougars and the Miami Hurricanes, as both teams undefeated. We're looking for 2 playoff berths. Rank the Cougars, you cowards. They're not ranked in the top 25 by any poll. Cowards out there.
What about the refs, eh? On the Chiefs game.
You know,
What the
actually,
heck
I
was
didn't
that?
see that. And I heard people talk about that today.
That was so
I was so
frustrating. And then you
locked
saw
in on
Burrow's
other
face.
stuff. So what happened?
You want to explain?
Which?
Did you watch the end of it?
Of?
The Bengals game?
I think I'm
no,
seeing
I
it.
turned that one off.
The offsetting penalties?
It was, I just saw the,
Okay, well, that's
the
a
penalty
hold.
at the end.
And then what was the other
I think
penalty
the-
for?
It was like a
Getting
pass
tackled by
interference.
2 guys on
Was
the.
it?
the
Yeah,
face
there was the
mask,
holding
right?
there. Okay, so I'm trying
Yeah.
to find the PI here.
Sorry, I'm watching.
It was on that
over your
last
shoulder.
drive.
Oh, did they call that PI? Here we go. He got there. Actually,
Yeah.
I got to see that again.
looked like
See?
okay coverage to me.
He was there first. Oh,
See?
I don't like Twitter when it just shoots up.
Yeah. That looked okay. to
Poor
me.
Bengals. I feel bad for their loss there. I really thought they they had that one. The Chiefs, they're just lucky. They're just a lucky team.
Yeah.
And you know
what
what?
happens when you win
You know who they
back-to-back
kept
championships.
showing? Taylor Swift. And you know what? Hot take. Didn't like her outfit. That's been done, honey. You already did that. Change it up. God, if we're going to be a camera every 10 seconds.
The defender hits the receiver before the ball is there. I feel like that. I'm okay with that being called PI.
You are okay with it?
Yes. The defender runs into the receiver. And you can't do that, I don't believe. So, I don't know. And Jay just called me a terrible Ravens fan. Shame on you. Jay, I always believe the worst is coming to my sports teams. Always believe the worst is coming. They're 0-2 to start the year. They lost to the Raiders. I just believe things are going to be terrible the rest of the season for the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, Avril Lavigne's in town tonight.
Oh, yeah, that penalty.
Rogers?
I didn't see very much NFL yesterday, but I did see there was that one sideline catch by the Raiders. I don't know who the receiver was, but holy wow, what a catch.
There was a few guesses.
It was like
Raiders.
the way that he just kept his toes in bounds and everything. Like, wow, that was
The Raiders have the
that was a hell of a
audacity to be
catch.
good.
Against my Ravens?
Yeah, exactly. The one time.
How dare you? It is really impressive watching, like, especially when you get to the NFL, how good those receivers can be.
Oh yeah.
To get the 2 toes in bounds on some of those.
100%.
It's also
Yeah.
like the CFL and NCAA, both leagues, you just need the 1 foot.
Yeah.
The NFL, you need both. And seeing just over the years, just the amount of times that great receiver could go up, make that one catch, and find a way to just get that
Keep 'em both
second
in.
toe down or whatever.
Yeah.
And you go, how do you have the capability of doing that?
Yeah.
It is so absolutely incredible to watch.
Devontae Adams, he timed it perfectly.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah.
He's so good to watch. And I really enjoyed him on The Receiver as well on Netflix.
I
What?
watched the first 2 episodes of that. I liked it.
I did
the
too.
receiver?
I did
liked,
this weekend.
I liked
Yeah.
it more than quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback didn't get into me because
Yeah.
Mahomes was the first episode, and I was like, I don't care about you. Get out of my face.
Yeah, the receiver one is good. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown, like his whole backstory.
Yeah, but I know, and he could speak German.
Perfect German with his
Yeah.
mom. Man, I'm like, what the hell? Is
Oh,
going
they
on?
followed 5 top receivers during last season.
You didn't watch it yet?
I haven't heard about it.
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah, I
just
haven't heard
now.
about it
Actually,
either.
St.
I
Brown,
read the background
Adams, George
show,
Kittle,
and then
Tebow Samuel.
Kittle is
and
so
Justin
much
He's
fun
a
to watch.
character.
He's
yeah.
cool as
yeah, I
F.
like him.
And like, I really like their wives were so cool too. I don't know. I enjoyed it and how much they love their children. It's just something you get a little background in. And then they build it up so you get to know them a little bit. And then they start showing more of like them in the locker room and their injuries and how that impacted them. It's really good, Maddie. I suggest it.
Kittle's a funny guy. Like,
Yeah.
some people say he's too much, but I like him. Like, I get it.
Yo, he's awesome.
Yeah, I get
Keeps it real. He seems like he's really like he cares about his fans and stuff. Like
Yeah.
not a-
He also got that big 2-yard catch at the end of last week's Monday Nighter to hit our parlay from the morning show. Which,
Reason
by
to
the
like
way,
him more.
Yeah, exactly, right?
we had 2 big parlays from the Nielsen show last week. We had the early bird one that Eric, Dusty, and I built that got up to plus 748 at a tight cash this weekend. And the wheel. We're down to tonight. The first 2 of 3 have hit.
That's
If the
wild.
Falcons could get to cover 6.5 against the Eagles tonight, a random wheel from the NFL spinning it, it will have worked. So
Your Kittle yards on CoolBet was 38.5, right?
yes.
Okay, so I
Was it
have
39
not.
and a half? It was 39 and a half, I think. Or
I
was it
have
30 and a
not
half? I
signed
can't
up for
remember.
CoolBet yet. The reason I'm talking about this is because I'm on another site for sports gambling, and that site did not have 38.5. It had more. I needed 4 more. I think 4 more yards. Yeah. Anyways, if I was on, yard short from CoolBet. So in other words, I should sign up for CoolBet.
If
now.
you do sign up, when you sign up for CoolBet, type in promo code LOGSHOP
Okay.
and up to 100
Yeah,
bucks
it's like
match.
written down.
Yeah.
Lock shop.
We
Stuff by
we
everybody.
might take them for a bit of money this weekend based off our 2 parlays because they were big money. So
By the way,
Boom.
Fergie says, in Minshew we trust. Let's go Raiders.
Oh
I
my
can't
God,
believe
Minshew
it's
was my
Gardner
quarterback
Minshew
on the
there.
wait,
Colts, and
Fergie's
he-
a Raiders fan?
Yeah.
Apparently.
I know Raider Jesse is obviously.
Yeah.
But
The audacity.
Yeah.
Audacity for them to win.
yes, absolutely.
Yo, New Orleans though, they ripped it against Dak guys, eh? What was that? That
Alvin
game was-
Kamara 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Well, I was going against. Well, no one cares. I was going up against them in fantasy, so I lost. Actually, speaking of fan, I just got to throw this out that it's the greatest CFL fantasy football league is. We're entering in playoffs this week.
Oh,
coming
baby.
up. Myself and Scott McCord, we're going at it with the winner taking on Lucas Holt. So, the greatest CFL fantasy football league there is into a critical time. Just want to throw that out there. Just we're a very important league.
I need Pitts to rip it up today, everybody, please. I'm like losing by like 5 points in my fantasy. So come on, Pitts.
PPR?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have it.
I don't know.
He doesn't even have to. He just has to have like 3 catches for 20 yards, and you got your 5 points.
Let's see. The guy does have a little bit of an underlying injury going on. So.
Well, we need him.
Also, what's up with the Eagles to get like what's it today? Monday, a Monday nighter. They also had the Thursday nighter in
Friday.
Friday, that's right. But they got these 2 like amazing cards, I guess, to play. Like, what the hell's up with that?
Any team from the NFC East gets a lot of love right off the bat.
I can't stand the
NFC
Eagles.
East is
They're
such a big
boring to
one.
watch too.
They were one of the top teams
Come
of the
at me,
NFC.
Eagles fans.
They were one of the
That's great.
one of the top teams of the NFC last year. So if you're taking NFC teams, what other teams are you going to put there? You want the Cowboys there?
No, they always get their prime time too.
Also, that wasn't Fergie's prostate. It was Ian, not Ian Fergie's prostate.
Oh, okay.
My bad. Correcting myself. Sorry.
Well, still Ian.
Big Gardner Minshew believer.
I know, because of his
Oddly
greasy
enough.
mustache. Like,
I respect the greasy man.
He is an alum of Washington State Cougars.
He is the
But still
Uncle
not a fan.
Rico of the NFL.
yo, what's that? Okay, a couple questions I know. Okay, Bryce Young, what the heck? You can't suck that bad,
Sure you can.
right?
Did you ever watch Jamarcus Russell?
Ooh, baby. He was awful.
I also have Caleb Williams. I can't believe, like, what? Tell me, what was it him being bad yesterday, or was it the offense being bad, or was it missing Keenan Allen? Like, what was the issue? Tell me.
Well, we've never seen Keenan Allen really fully with that. Like this is week 2 of him with the Chicago Bears type thing. Did he play week 1? Yes, he played week 1, but he didn't play this week, I believe.
You didn't.
I'm personally, you're asking someone who's not a fan of Caleb Williams. I don't think he's going to be a good NFL quarterback.
Really?
I watched him at USC. Didn't like what I saw. Didn't like the attitude around him where, you know, he wouldn't speak to the media after losses. Like, you're not prepared to be an NFL quarterback then at that point. And college is to be prepared for the NFL. I don't actually care about the media part of it. It's just the fact that you have to do that because you're going to have to do that in the NFL. I'm just not sold on him. Like,
Were you also saying last week too, USC does not.
they don't develop quarterbacks.
And was Josh?
They don't develop. Like
Rosen-
Carson Palmer
Oh,
is probably the best USC quarterback,
USC.
and there's a bit of a drop off after that. USC is not known of developing quarterbacks
Right.
to the National Football League, so I'm always going to be skeptical of a USC quarterback. Sam Darnold was a USC quarterback. Matt Leinart was a USC quarterback.
Right.
Like, we could go through a list of USC quarterbacks that have gone to the NFL. Find me how many actually did well. Carson Palmer, I think, is the best,
Yeah,
and he was
Carson
really
Palmer was
good.
great.
Yeah.
Yes, but beyond that, it's not there.
That's fair.
So I don't trust Caleb Williams.
I mean, Houston's are a good team. At the same time, they did play a good team.
I want to.
Norm, don't you come at me. You won.
Oh, he's
twice,
coming at you.
Theta.
I love those Texans. I do like the Texans' new uniforms, by the way. Just the aesthetics. Like watching that game last night, I was like,
You like theirs? I like Chicago's, that orange.
the all orange,
Yeah.
and the orange helmet. It looked good. I liked it, but the Texans one with the horn on the sleeve looked really nice. I thought.
What do you think of Detroit's? The all gray. I saw them a little bit yesterday. I wasn't.
pajamas.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
No.
I was like
Washed out.
Yeah.
I found a list from this year of somebody ranking the best USC quarterbacks in the NFL. Number one, it starts with number 1 Carson Palmer,
Yeah.
and it says by far.
Yeah, Palmer had a great career. He was
Yeah.
He was the best Cardinals quarterback since Kurt Warner.
Number 2 is Matt Castle.
Oh,
That's where we're going with this.
Yeah.
he had like a good season.
Number 3, Rodney Pete, who, when we play Tecmo Bowl, we always made fun of Rodney Pete. Her and I could talk to you about Rodney Pete. 4 was Pete Bethard. I'm saying that one wrong. It's from 1962. Number 5 was Bill Nelson.
Okay.
Like, number 6, Vince Evans. Number 7, Rob Johnson. Number 8,
Rob Johnson.
Sean Salisbury. Number 9, I'll go to only to 10, Mark Sanchez. Number 10, Sam Darnold. How bad? Where are they ranking Matt Leinart on this? 11. So, like, that's the his. So that's where I just won't trust Caleb Williams. More often than not, the USC quarterback, well, not more often, outside of Carson Palmer, the USC quarterback's not going to succeed in the National Football League. That's the history. So good job, Chicago Bears. You did a great job in, I don't think, helping your franchise not get better.
And
I would have
Fields-
stuck with Fields, and I would have built around him. I would have traded that first overall pick, or I would have drafted a offensive lineman or something and got more weapons to build around Fields because they were starting to get better. I would have stuck with Justin Fields.
And they're 2-0 in Pitt, aren't they? Fields started yesterday.
Yeah.
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 Whoopsies.
That's so funny.
Oh, just Matt Hyman. He asked Tommy a question.
What is...
He said, Tommy, who has the cutest uniforms, NFL or NHL?
Oh, my God.
It's the NHL.
Cutest?
The cutest uniforms? I don't know. I like the aesthetic of the game.
Yeah.
I
It is
love
way better.
uniform talk, eh?
Yeah, I
Come
like
on.
jersey
The
talk.
NFL does not have a good uniform game. I will say that. I'll throw that out there. College football has some great uniforms.
They do,
I will
actually.
not sit there and say the NFL has a great uniform
It's
game.
cleaner. It's more cleaner. I know what you mean. NCAA has a bunch of colors. And
There's just different things. And then you have the wild teams like the Oregon States that do crazy things. Or you just got that classic look, like Alabama or something, that you're just like, that is just perfect.
Yeah. Ohio State.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Ohio State's color combination is a bit weird with the gray and the red.
The gray and the it's all
But it
over the
works.
place.
It works.
Yeah, it's
'cause
classic.
You know it. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that it was a nice touch on the Texans uniforms. I was like, hey, that looks
and
nice and clean.
Chi-Towns.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I liked yesterday was the 49ers losing.
Why are you so against the 49ers? Where's the beef against
you
the 49ers?
jazz Paul.
What's your beef?
Yeah, what's,
Yeah, what's your beef?
You got beef?
You got beef.
Oh, yeah.
what's your beef with the 49ers?
One of my best friends, Jazz Paul's a huge 49ers fan, and he hates the Oilers, so take that. The Vikings.
Wow.
They beat your ass.
Well, with that,
Hey.
we're through rookie camp.
Well,
Main camp's getting
Yeah.
set to begin.
there's a game today to
Is there?
close out the Young Stars tournament. Yes.
Didn't even know.
They take on the Jets rookies
In
today at noon.
Penticton?
In Penticton. That's wrapping up today. I don't know how many people had a chance to watch. They've been streaming it on Oilers Plus, but
Well, I think the other teams throw it on YouTube,
the other teams do throw it on YouTube.
so you can go find those other ones or their
Exactly.
websites or something.
Exactly. But Oilers offensively challenged in the Young Stars tournament, and the goaltending from the two games that I watched both guys have made. Unger and Day have made some big saves, bailed out the defense, which has been porous to say the least. There's your summary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about it on the Oil Stream at noon.
Where are you guys at with the Oilers season? Anything to be concerned to start, or is it just
Oh,
or is
obviously-
people going to join me, which is let's just get to April?
Yeah. Well, the defense obviously is but and especially with Nurse, I don't know how much time he's gonna miss.
He's
Well,
supposed to be ready by the end of the training camp. But
Well, it's sort of like last year when Ekholm was out for. It was supposed to be
That was-
short.
Games or something?
yeah,
missed a little more.
Yeah, I missed the first one.
Yeah.
Didn't play in the preseason, but
But
was
then
like,
it took
you're
him a
gonna see
little
it
bit to
next day.
get up to speed.
Yeah, he was a bit. But that was funny. I'm glad you brought that up, Corey, because Jay Woodcroft would be like, "Yeah, we're gonna see him soon. We're gonna see him soon." And I think they brought Matthias out to talk to us. He's like, "I'm dealing with this. I should be okay soon." But we know the next day became 3 days later, became a week later, became a week and a half. And it's
Yeah.
like, this isn't good.
It's a little bit. You start wondering like, oh, how bad is this, and how
Right.
bad is it going to linger?
Right.
Right. So,
Then he just turned into the Viking.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
That beard game, holy moly!
Very impressive. He's a very good hockey player and a good dude. Really good dude. So we'll see. But yeah, the defense.
Yeah.
Same thing. Just the same thing. We're just waiting for some news. Give us some good news, Oilers.
Okay.
They're going to be in the playoffs. Just get me to April. I'm taking that mindset once again this season.
So are they going to make a trade here for someone?
Well, friend
prior?
of EST, Bob Stauffer, put out a little bit of a teaser yesterday, but I don't know.
And Estes
I saw that
finalist,
too.
SD's finalist.
Is he going to be at the Estes?
No.
I should shoot him a DM and be like,
Should have
"Come on,
invited him. I didn't. There's
send
no
him
way
the
Bob was
selfie
going to
of us
come.
together. Remember me?
There's no way Bob's going to come. But if he wins, we'll have to make sure we get him his Estes.
Well, I'll do
I'll
a
take it. You could bring it to the rink.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure he'd be very
congratulations
excited.
on behalf of all of us at EST and the AM Nasties.
I got a
are-
kick out of when last year when you guys were or earlier this year, whatever, when you guys were in Vegas and he made an appearance on was it the morning show?
It was no, it was the Hangout.
Yeah. It was
the Hangout.
Because Dusty went to go get a nap, and he missed Bob showing up, and that was the first time Bob came out. Like before, it was future guest
Yeah,
EST.
yeah.
From that moment, it was friend of EST.
Yeah.
And that is what's nominated. It's moment of the year. One of the 4 finalists. That is Zach Tim getting hired, Corey B getting a tattoo. And what was the other moment of the year? I think the other moment of the year may have been, was it the oil stream car wash that we had? Where Bob made another appearance, but
Twice
he was
on
at,
that
during the Stanley Cup final, he was broadcasting from Rogers
Right.
in the media room.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's like, here, I got somebody to say hi. And he brought on quickly Bob, Jack, Gene, Luke Gazdick, Jamie McLennan, and I'm missing one more.
Did Drager pop by?
No.
No, not Drager.
There was someone else, and they just went, hey, we're in. And they came on. Bob came on twice that day. And what was great about that one, too, was Bob came on. But I was hosting the oil stream that day with Tommy, not Dusty.
Yes.
So the 2 times Stoff has been on this station.
Dusty missed it.
Dusty should have been around for them.
Yes.
And he wasn't around, and he missed both of those. So, yeah, there you go.
Anybody catch the Emmys last night?
Nope.
What happened?
No.
I did.
All I'm hearing is the Bear had a great night.
Yeah, that show.
Have
is
you
one
watched
of
The Bear?
best
Yeah,
shows.
I haven't.
Is that what a restaurant environment would be? I haven't watched The Bear.
Yeah,
Good question.
a lot of, because I mean, I work indirectly and directly with some chefs, and they all say that they can't really watch that show because it is too
Like
realistic.
triggering?
Like there was
Yeah.
that one episode where they got set up for taking online orders or whatever, and then the printer, the orders kept coming through, and
Yes.
all episode, that's all you could hear was the of the machine. And I know some chefs that are like, I couldn't watch that episode because it was like triggering, hearing that machine constantly.
Yeah.
Because it's just the stress, the
Yeah.
PTSD.
So it is like that then.
Yeah.
See, and I haven't watched it. I've only heard good things about the show.
Great show.
But the
It's
one
really
thing
good.
I've heard yesterday, Eugene Levy had the joke about it, that it's one comedies, but there's never a joke in it. So how is it a comedy?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point.
Situational, I guess.
It's.
I'd have to watch
don't
it
know.
to judge.
I mean,
What happened at the
it
Emmys
is-
that we should know?
Good question. You actually brought up The Bear, which is a really good one. That they did deserve a lot of the awards. By the way, The Bear is a good watch because it's only like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's not like a full hour, and it's just like you're engaged the whole time because it's
Yeah.
so chaotic. But it's like a feel good show too at the end, regardless of the chaos. I don't know. Shogun won a lot of awards. Are you into that?
Never heard of it.
You haven't heard of Shogun?
Nope.
I feel like you would like that.
That's a cool show.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a cool show.
Yeah.
It's all
I usually
Disney.
like watching the Emmys.
Yeah, it was
So-
good. I think I don't know if this is just me. The speeches, I think they only gave them like a minute rather than like 2 or 3 minutes. They like get off the stage, let's go.
Good.
They really hustled
Well,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, let me say that's a good policy to have. And if you are a winner of an ST tomorrow, please keep it to a minute. Otherwise, I'm playing music, I'm playing you off.
I love this. I love this.
No one
'Cause
wants
we
to
have a
hear you
2-hour
speak
window,
for
right?
like. Well, no, we don't actually, because we paid for the extra time.
Oh, we did. Okay.
So we booked it from 7 to 9. And they're like, with that time, you have to be up by 9:15. I was like,
Oh.
and how much is it to just book it for the night? And they
Right.
gave us the cost, and we're like, that's not that bad. Let's book it for the night, just
Worth
to be
it.
safe.
Worth it.
That bad boy moving.
So, but yeah, no one wants to hear you talk for like 5 minutes if you've won an award. So
Yeah.
I'm good with. Although I heard John Oliver got mad at them because he was talking about his dead dog.
Yeah,
Well, his dog,
and
and then they started playing him
What?
off.
Yeah, and then they stopped the music. He said the F word in a live. So I wonder how that happened because I thought there's usually a delay. But he was like, F you.
Oh, it came through?
Yeah, it came through.
There always is a
wow.
delay.
I-
when there's a live show, they always put a
I
delay on.
know.
The one time,
you're
eh?
not-
The
yeah.
one time.
They probably like, this year we're good, we're
Yeah.
fine, and then crap.
Maybe it's that rule because I can only say the S word like once a month here now. But maybe it's that rule of how many times you can say that. Like
I mean,
the
you can
F word.
only say the S word once
I
here.
don't know because I said it twice already on air.
No one has anyone
It's
said
like
anything
a
to you.
self-imposed rule, or like
Oh, I don't know. I put it on myself.
So self-imposed.
okay, yeah.
Okay, just make sure like that wasn't from us.
Yeah.
For me, putting pressure on myself. Okay.
What's the one award show where like they're actually having drinks and stuff?
Golden Globes.
Yeah,
I love
that one is
those.
okay. Like, and that's the one
Yeah.
that Ricky Gervais
Yeah.
he's usually hosting.
With a beer in his hand.
Yeah.
You hear that, Maddie? Well, they have champagne and drinks in their hands.
Yeah, they're also run by Hollywood, who has a lot of money, Jasmine.
They have a budget.
They have they're doing it.
I said plastic.
They
blue
also
cups.
they also
Air
do it at a
glasses, yeah.
hotel. They also do it at a hotel ballroom
yeah.
where they
One
have
day.
the place to come do this. We're not renting out the J.W. Gretzky room here
One day.
and being like, hey, let's all go to the J.W. ballroom here.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Maybe this year will go so well. We'll go in there.
I'm not
but-
even asking for like Monet. I'm asking for just a generic champagne with plastic flute glasses.
Feel free to bring it.
Red Solo cups.
Yeah.
As long as you do it very quietly, feel free to bring it.
Okay.
Cash, who's the EST's host? It's a voice of God. It's just going to be a PA announcement.
You have to describe that because I said
Yeah,
that
is
to
it a
my
guy?
mom. She's like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah,
It's
is it
just-
recorded or?
It's a pre-recorded just message that'll come over the PA that will introduce people, and then it's just the presenters will come up and things like that. It is a familiar voice in the market, the voice of God.
I'm trying not to ask a lot of questions, like even off air, because I actually want that surprise factor.
It's going to be such a good time. It's
Yeah.
going to be so fun.
Maddie also
excited.
sent a voice to text email yesterday.
She said that I write very long emails
Did you
and
not hear
detailed
this? My rant
emails.
about his
And then
emails?
one of the
I missed
actually
it.
I did miss. I wrote not instead of note, and Dusty emailed me. He's like, "What does this sentence mean?" And I won't lie. I actually looked at it. It was one letter I missed, but I read it first, and it took me a couple reads to figure out what I meant of that email. And it was all I just missing one word. But I have to. The more details I give, then it's not my fault if you screw up. I've broken it down.
Thorough, very thorough.
Absolutely.
I'm joking. I actually appreciate your meal, and I actually appreciate emails and all that. I do. But when Maddie texts or when Maddie emails, I said that he does like a voice to text email where you're just like, what? Like, where's the period?
His
Or,
emails
like,
are
where's
very thorough.
thorough, or just like sometimes you got to reread them because it
Yeah.
just sounds like he's just talking
Yeah.
without like breaking down the sentences.
Because I'm just giving all the information. And I don't want to leave anything to chance.
I'll often, if I'm reading an email like that, I'll have a pad of paper and I'll take notes on what they're saying, like the important stuff of the email. Then I got that. Then I can transfer that to my phone or to like wherever it's got to go.
See, Jasmine, that's what you have to do. I send an email, I have another pen and paper.
Yeah, do like a
and-
debrief.
Yeah, exactly.
Or throw it in ChatGPT and go, what is Iwanyk saying here? And see what ChatGPT says. Break this email down for me in a very short period. No, the host can't get slapped in the face then. Not live, Cash. I will say that.
They were saying you were going to slap me in the face for going over
Yeah, I'm
the limit or...
Yeah, I'm not going to slap people.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I'll just
And
play
then-
people off.
And then Trev was...
I might if you were George. What?
Yeah, no jokes.
I'm joking. I'm sorry. What about Trev?
And then
about Trev?
Trev said that you would slap Zach to come.
Why would I slap Zach to
I
come?
don't know. That was Trev's idea.
Like, that's like the last person I would slap.
Fair.
So there's like people that are huggers. You're a slapper? Is that what that
No,
is?
I'm
Is that
none
what
of
is
these.
implied?
That's just
People were saying they were texting into the morning show about that.
although, okay, I have to say this because I called out Zach a little bit this morning.
For his rapping?
No. So he quote tweeted Jay on SC Twitter account. It says, choose one to bring back as a primary logo. And they put up 6 old logos. The Jets old logo, Canucks, Panthers, Capitals, Sabres, and Pens. It says you can only choose one. And Zach quote tweeted with Florida or the Canucks. And I was like, you can only choose one, Zach. It specifically says you can pick one.
One.
So
Reading's hard.
I called him out on that one just because, like, hey, pick one, Zach. Pick one. But no, I don't know. Like, they threw out, like, who would do the Will Smith slap of...
Right.
And somehow I came up as the guy that's going to slap people.
Who's gonna do the Kanye West?
That's a good question.
Ooh.
Somebody that thinks that they deserve the award more than the other person.
Well, no, it's not they deserve the award. It's someone else deserves the award.
Oh yeah.
Kanye
Going
said
up in their
Beyonce
stead.
Yes, you're
deserved
right.
it,
Yeah.
not you, Taylor.
So it'd be like Dusty going up when like Tom wins the.
And saying
When's the
Eric
last-
deserves something or
Yeah.
something like that. So
I hope
that's...
that doesn't. That's so awkward
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
For everyone
for
involved.
everyone. Exactly.
Or it's going to be hilarious. If it's well planned out. Like if it's pre-planned or something that we don't know, it could be quite funny.
So do you think that the slap, the Will Smith slap, was that pre? You don't think so?
No, that
That was
was
so awkward.
That was
Based on all what everyone
Silly.
says, no. Chris
Yeah.
Rock was actually surprised by that one.
Really? Eh?
Will Smith just lost it.
Will Smith wasn't there yesterday, and he won an award for one of these shows on it's on Apple, I think.
He's still acting.
Something horses. Yeah, I was was they
I didn't know he
announced
was
his
in new
name. but-
shows.
Are him and his wife still together? Like, what's going on?
I believe so. They are. Yeah,
Because that slap was all about his...
Jada.
Oh, because
Yeah.
she, yeah.
Yeah, because
She toys with him.
they have a very weird relationship,
Yes.
and they're annoying.
Fair. Got
I don't
it.
even want to talk about them anymore because they're just
Okay.
that annoying. You know who I'm really excited to meet tomorrow? The one person. I'm excited to formally meet Tommy's mom.
Oh,
You didn't meet her at the
I did,
EST
but
Classic?
it was you two. You guys were really busy handing out pizza and stuff. And I also think I had a couple drinks, so I didn't want to be like, hello,
She had a few drinks,
Mrs.
too.
Gazzola.
she's excited.
Yeah, and then also I didn't want to keep the boys waiting while I chit chatted, because apparently you get anxiety when there's another team behind you at the golf course.
Oh yeah, you want to keep things.
Yeah, you want to keep things moving. So I thought, I'm sure I'll get to meet her again. So I'm really excited to meet her, and I can't wait to see what she's wearing, because she seems so fabulous.
She probably would thank you for that. They're all excited. My whole family's there, so it's gonna be good. My brother came out from Calgary. My other brother's coming.
Oh, family fun time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good event out.
My dad's like, do I really need to wear dress up? I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, oh, no, come on. I'm like, look good, feel good, have fun.
Your parents must be happy, eh? Like that your brother's down, you got the whole gang together.
Oh yeah.
Estes is bringing the Gazzolas together.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's so sweet.
Bringing families together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're coming here to celebrate the first year of Edmonton Sports Talk, but also when was the last time the whole family was together?
That's Christmas and
There we go.
funerals too. But like my brother Mike lives in Calgary. He used to live in Vancouver, and he's like, hey, you guys doing that awards thing? He works at a radio station down in Calgary. I'm like, yeah, it's called the Estes. He's like, what do I need to wear? And I'm like, you're coming? He goes, yeah, I'm gonna be there on holidays for a week, so I'm coming up. I'm like, just bring your best suit, buddy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Mop, my golf partner, called me Chatty Jasmine, so he's had a cup of this already.
Nice.
Chit chat. Or is your family coming? Both of you?
My parents are out in Europe right now.
Oh, yeah,
so they
and
can't come, but my
that's
brother
right.
will be there.
They're in. Don't tell
Paris
me.
right now. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna guess. Okay.
Patty.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom just sent me a picture as we were talking. So they won't be there. They were sad about that, but I'm like, yeah, you're in Europe. It's much better.
They're in France.
Paris, France.
France.
Are
But
they
yeah, my
just-
brother's gonna come, and maybe my sister-in-law. He'll let me know today.
Okay.
So
That's awesome.
that's family.
Couple hundred we're expecting. Bunch of
My numbers are at about 200, I would say.
200.
Like
Isn't that
people
sick?
that have bought tickets or are on our guest list that are coming. Naturally, some people might not show up. So I would say 175 plus.
That's not
Nice.
bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
That's
turnout.
it's kind of weird. Like
Right?
again, it's really ridiculous.
It's
This has not
fun.
been done by Edmonton's media. I don't think ever.
and that's
love it.
and that's
Here
why
we
so
are.
many people
That's like-
want to come to it.
And
And
it
it's
gives
going to
an
be a good time.
It's an
Yeah.
excuse. Like I think here's the thing. Like the Nasty Bash is awesome, right? But this is like this is an actual event where there is like a dress code and there's acknowledgments for people and listeners and the team, and like I just think it's just beautiful. If anything, it is hilarious, but it's also freaking cool.
It is the third of our 4 signature events in a calendar year. This year we'll only do 3 of our signature events, but next year it's our majors. So there's the EST Classic, there's the Nasty Bash, there's the Estes, and then January, February, got to figure it out. I'll deal with that next. Will be a curling bonspiel. That is our
And
4th major.
as like a nasty, to get to meet all of you guys, that's like awesome, because like everybody's going to be in a room, and it's like we watch you guys every day, all day now. We get to meet you guys like in real life. It's pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
should be good. Yeah. We've met a lot of nasties
Yeah.
over the last year. That's
Like
good.
Nasties are like no other. The best people.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you bringing?
I'm going solo because I'm coming right after work, and then right afterwards, like my bags are packed. I'm
yeah, 'cause
hitting
you gotta get
going
out
to
of there.
Calgary. Yeah, yeah. So
And I will not lie, there's a good chance it might not be recorded and posted later.
Not?
Not.
Oh, okay. Because,
Well,
people have
I'm
asked
going
about
through a
that.
walkthrough today, but it's just I don't know if I could technically get it done properly with
I'm
a
sure
mic and stuff.
there's going to be
so-
lots of videos and stuff floating around
Yeah.
social media. and
Yeah,
stuff.
but so those like, hey, can I watch it? Like, yeah, we won't this year. That might not happen.
Oh, so we're not putting the
apologies.
phones in like those little magnet cases.
No, you guys. Well, you could go live with those all you want, as long as no one spoils the winners ahead of time.
Right.
And there's only one person that knows all the winners, and it's me.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, I was doing work here, and I had the cards printed off, the winner cards, to put in the envelopes because they were at home. The
Okay,
envelopes.
beautiful work.
yeah,
Well,
right.
I'm so impressed.
But so I ordered the envelopes. They were home. They weren't in the home before I left to work. So I had all the cards printed off, and Dusty showed up. And as soon as I immediately ran and grabbed the cards off my couch because he didn't come talk to me. I put them on my desk, flipped them down. I was like, "You're trying to catch on who the winners are here. You can't know." So there won't be any spoiling of it because there is literally no one that knows.
and weren't
except
you
me.
saying that you sealed them a little bit too well?
Yes, well, because I'm used to sealing it all.
Yeah.
And then there's a little sticker, and I realized for like the first 4 or 5 cards I did, there's no spot to rip it.
Yeah.
Like it would be
put,
very
like, a
hard.
thread and go-
So I had to put like a knife on part of it. And if for any of the presenters, if you look at it with like on the back, the top left part of it is a little open, so everyone could grab in and rip from there.
Okay.
So there's
I've always
one
got a
little spot.
pocket knife with me, so I'll
that's
whip that.
But it's
Smart.
they're fully done. They're locked in. I double as I was putting them in, put the right sticker on everything, so there's no mistakes. The winners roll verified. Went through it multiple times, and tomorrow we'll find out all the winners, starting on the Hangout with our first 5 awards being presented.
Are you gonna have like those cards on the chairs with like the people's picture?
No.
Assigned seating?
No.
That'd be hilarious.
I would die.
Raider Jesse texted and said, "Did Matt ever post who the finalists are for each award? I wanted to make some predictions."
I did not. I should do that today. I'll throw that up on the website.
Yeah,
I should do
you're
that.
not busy. You got nothing else to do, right?
Well, I did say I was going to do that, and that one slipped my mind. So I'll try to get there today, Raider Jesse. So yeah, tomorrow, 6:15 doors, show 7, after party at Hudson's, and then no morning show tomorrow or a Wednesday. We're doing the Hangover Hangout on
great.
Wednesday. So we'll recap everything that happened and who comes in and still in their suit.
Yeah, wrinkled up suit.
Oh.
Who doesn't change before that episode on Wednesday, and also to those other people. Yeah, we won't talk Big Brother today. I didn't even watch yesterday.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
Did you?
Yep. I thought.
I completely forgot it was on yesterday.
For our 5 nasties, I did. You know.
Thursday. I'll save it for Thursday. Nice
I'm
weekly
good,
recap
yeah.
every Thursday.
Okay. Deal.
You could do that.
That's a good idea. Because then it's the 2 back-to-back. Then we won't like bore everybody. Yeah, I like it.
Since we're on the topic,
A Big Brother?
yes, the Edmontarian wrote in, "Hey, this is for my fellow reality show nerds, Matthew and Jasmine. If you haven't seen it yet, check out Outlast on Netflix. It's insane. Physically and mentally tough to watch at times. Zero moral compass for some of the contestants."
Oh, I saw the thumbnail with like the bear. There's like a big
I have
bear
no
on it.
idea.
I thought it's like gonna be. Is it kind of like a Survivor vibe? Because I don't do that. Because of this, I couldn't do outdoors. I want to,
Do you ever watch the one Naked and Afraid? Do you ever see that show?
I always
I saw one
scroll
time.
by it on the...
A buddy of mine, he's like right into that show, and so every once in a while, we'll get together. He's got a cabin, so we'll be out of the cabin, and then in the evening, if we're playing cards or whatever, he puts it on in the background. And yeah, that show's pretty intense. Like, holy moly, these people are like,
You got to be some sort of mindset to do that.
Yeah, so they just go, "You're going to plop you naked."
naked, and you got to survive.
And you got to be afraid.
I wouldn't be afraid.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like sometimes they're
If you're not
solo.
afraid, you don't get to make the show.
It's all right.
Yeah, sometimes they're solo. Sometimes they're with they meet up with like another contestant, and
Yeah.
then they got to survive together. It's pretty intense.
Are you guys big horror movie people?
I'm not big into it, but I'm not opposed to them. Like, I'm not one of those that won't watch a horror movie, but I'm also not like, can't wait to watch the next horror movie. I haven't found real horror movies that like I'm scared of. But I also like there's a separate, there's horror and then there's the gory like Saws. To me, those are different.
I would picture Corey to be into the gory stuff because he's a butcher.
Is some well, yeah, some, but they're like they're ridiculous though. They're really like you say, like the Saw movies and stuff. Like I like that for the thought that's how he always makes them do little games to get out of their situation.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those are like pretty
I got
cool.
a recommendation for you then in that case.
Oh.
Do you like horror movies?
Not really.
You wouldn't. I love horror movies. I love. They're such easy watches. They kind of give you like an escape from like your feelings, like whatever you're feeling that day. But the recommendation I have for everybody, it's called Abigail. It's on Prime.
I think I've heard of that.
It's like, I don't want to say too much other than it's like a vampire child. And then the people are trying to escape this house. So it was a good, easy watch. Like when you're cleaning and stuff and you have it in the background. Just kidding. I literally shut the lights off.
Do you ever watch The Witch? I think it was called The Witch.
Yeah.
That one.
Those sort of movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
those weird
it's
ones.
not really gory, but yeah, it's like supernatural and that sort of thing.
The thing is, I'm always like waiting for that witch or something to pop out and they don't. And then by the end of the movie, when like everything is revealed, I get disappointed.
Oh, that's fair.
That's how they get you, though. It's because you're anticipating it.
Yeah.
And you're worried, and then...
I like ones like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or, the ones that are kind of loosely based on reality, on like actual events. That's cool.
I stand by, and I would think at the time it must have been terrifying, but The Birds was one of the better movies, like horror movies, everyone, because it never was resolved.
Yeah.
It's a really old one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Alfred
called The
Hitchcock.
Birds. Alfred Hitchcock. It's old, and like you watch it now, and like you see how fake the birds are and stuff. But I'm assuming at that time that would have been a terrifying movie. It's just the city was overrun by birds, and they're killing people, and it was never resolved. Like, at least not that I remember. Like, there was no explanation of why these birds came to this town.
In real life,
and
this happened?
No, this was just a movie. But I could see if you when that movie came out, if you went to go see it, why that would be utterly terrifying. And I still love that one.
Okay.
I'll put it on the list.
Have you never seen it?
I don't think I have. I've heard of it.
I know of it, but I personally have a thing about birds. I don't like birds. And
really?
so, especially like the little like finches and stuff that are all fluttery.
You must be fun when you stop those.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I know. Ugh. I did the thing. Yeah, no. So I know of that movie, but I will not watch that movie.
It's a really good classic.
Like,
I'll stand by
Corey,
that.
pigeons are disgusting. They're sky rats, but...
And that's why, like, people, like, they want the little Cornish game hens and birds like that.
Yeah.
I'll bring them in. Like, I do have Cornish game hens, like, at all times at the shop. But, like, squab, when people, like, order squab, that's pigeon.
Oh.
And every once in a while, I get, not very often, but once in a while, people call in or email and they'll want squab. And so one time I remember I ordered it in, and they come with like they're just defeathered. It's like head, feet, everything. And it was just gross.
I can bring some in from you downtown. There's a lot of them that hang out around.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Blech. Gross.
That is right.
Yuck.
They're nasty.
I have a random question. What is your take on quail eggs?
Quail eggs? They have their place. It's like all fancy schmancy.
Isn't it? It's like the
they're
same
like
thing
this
as
big.
it's like the same thing as a normal egg. Like,
And on
the
the
same.
and on the other side of things, you got the ostrich eggs.
Right.
Oh.
And those are
Not
like
had yet. Do those taste the same?
I've never had one, but I know people that have worked with them, and it's just a lot of egg. It's just a lot of egg. Yeah.
I want to get to Road Warriors, which is brought to you by Acme Steel Heavy Haul Trailers, custom manufacturing heavy haul trailers for mining, oil and gas equipment, highway transportation, quality, innovation, and integrity, trusted by the leaders in the heavy transport industry. Get on the road with peace of mind for your large loads. AccuSteel.ca. The big thing tonight, it is the Atlanta Falcons on the road, headed out to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. You can join Lieutenant Eric, Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, tonight, just off Fort Road, where he will be for that game as the Falcons look to lines move to 5.5, but they look to cover 6.5, and we hit our wheel parlay. Elsewhere, there is some baseball going on, but no one cares about the Jays anymore. My Yankees take on the Mariners. That's happening. But beyond that, that's the big thing tonight. When we look on the road teams, it is the Falcons taking on the Eagles tonight. So a night that you can catch up on sports, watch some NFL, and or just get ready for the Estes tomorrow. Also, as a reminder, just heads up, if you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, Corey with Acme Meats, get in touch now.
I know a guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just opened the books on Thanksgiving orders. So I have only a certain amount of turkeys I'm bringing in. So if you're looking for a bird.
So do you have like other stuff too? Just like with the sides, like you'll do a whole like Thanksgiving dinner?
No,
Or
we're
just
the proteins.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
order.
we sell
Get on it.
sell potatoes at the shop.
Yeah, okay, potatoes. Okay. Yeah.
Because we work with a lot of Hutterite colonies, so
Nice.
so they'll quite often they have that sort of thing. So.
Some
Best of the
potatoes.
best.
Yeah, exactly. They'll bring us stuff like as gifts, and it's like knitted like things to wash your dishes and stuff like this. Like, it's funny, just some of the little things they'll bring us.
It's very thoughtful.
No, yeah, they're really nice people.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But you need to get your Thanksgiving orders.
But yeah,
get them
your
quick
order
now.
Get them in before they get sold out.
Yeah, I only
That's the
have
place you're gonna want to be.
I bring in 100 turkeys for Thanksgiving and 150 for Christmas. And so once they're spoken for, they're gone. So
Are you a big turkey guy? Because I could leave turkey. I don't know.
I love turkey.
I'm okay with twice a year.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, that's about it.
Oh, I love turkey.
Me too.
I'm more of a
Cranberry sauce.
ham guy.
Yeah,
I was just
exactly.
gonna say that too.
Cranberry sauce?
I'll do both.
Yeah.
Put them both on my plate.
I can eat
I'll
turkey. You
gladly
know how
do.
it's like you have leftovers for a week?
Oh, it's the best.
Easy peasy.
They're one of the most versatile for that too.
Yeah,
because you can just
sandwich.
eat the turkey still,
Yeah.
or you can just make them a sandwich or
Yeah.
make it a soup.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very
or
versatile.
just eat the turkey with the cranberry sauce again.
Tommy's face kind of sums it up. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm okay with turkey, but like in moderation.
Such a treat, and it's healthy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love turkey. My dad's like that. He doesn't like it as much.
Yeah.
My brothers kind of take it or leave it. My mom and I love turkey.
I make like turkey lettuce. I call them tacos, but yeah.
Like lettuce wraps and that sort of thing.
Yeah, with turkey because I love turkey so much.
Prime rib's pretty big for special occasions. We get a lot of, and I'll fancy them up if people want, with the French the bones and stuff like that.
What's French the bone?
That's when it's like exposed. You clean off the bone and
Yeah.
it's like the tomahawk steaks.
yeah,
They have
yeah.
the big that's like
Oh, cool.
That's cool. I like that.
Prime. They have a good prime rib sandwich at Century Casino. I will say that. Saturdays. That's their daily special. I'm there for Saturday.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, because the Elks play on the Saturday. I've done the prime rib sandwich a couple times now. So I feel like I have to move on to something else. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers, back to back against the Bombers. Two big
and they're
games
like
coming up.
they're a big, like they're a really good team.
These are the two best teams in the Canadian Football League right now. If you go based on the last, I will go almost 2 months. These are the two best football teams in the CFL. It's just with BC, they've won 2 games out of the last 7 or whatever it was. The Montreal, as I've said, they're having their issues. Winnipeg and Edmonton look to be the best football teams currently. Not looking at overall record, but in terms of recent play, last month and a half or so. These are the two best teams, and they're going to meet back-to-back weeks. And Trey Ford is the starting quarterback for your Edmonton Elks.
And they're playing in Winnipeg?
This one's in Edmonton.
It's in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Edmonton needs this win because then the pressure goes on Winnipeg for next week. Because if Edmonton sweeps this, and with BC having lost this past weekend, you sweep. The
That's
West
huge.
is there.
Yep.
The West Division is that's crazy to say for a team that only has 5 wins right now in the season. But you go sweep Winnipeg, you're in control to possibly go take the West Division.
It's going to be raining on Saturday. That'll be a factor.
Yeah, it's early.
It could change.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I don't
Also
trust
Monday.
it. Wednesday's supposed to be 23 now. Jeez.
Also, I don't know if how much it flew under the radar. I know I read an article or two about it, but Nathan Rourke, Chad Kelly,
Yes.
that spat, let's call it, was interesting. See something, say something was the shirt that Rourke was wearing, and
Ooh.
he had some comments
see
in
that one.
regard to Chad Kelly when he was still in the NFL, and then Kelly comes back, and then the Argos beat up on the Lions.
But Rourke stood by his comments
Yes.
afterwards. In that game, he talked and he says,
Yes.
I stand by what I said.
Exactly.
And I respect him for one.
Yeah.
Calling out Chad Kelly at the time.
Yep.
And then standing behind it and saying, yeah, no.
in warm up he was wearing the T-shirt. So I was like,
Well, it's a
ooh.
shame that he lost.
I
in
love
sense.
that drama. That's
true.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Remember, I was
Well, this
I'm
one,
saying
I
this, the drama
prefer
in
this
sports.
drama not be there.
Yeah, good
Because it
point.
means Chad Kelly's not an idiot. But
Right. But yeah,
It's
that
there.
one's kind of like a side story that I was like, why aren't we talking about this more? Because that's
Adds
Okay.
a little something.
the two of the best quarterbacks in the CFL. Basically, one guy calling the other guy out, the other guy beats him on the field. The other guy says, "I stand by what I said." Like,
you can't critique him for that.
No.
No one should get mad at
Yeah.
Nathan Rourke for what he said there.
I was like, that's juicy. Like, this is good.
I don't know what to make of the CFL right now.
It's in a like it.
There's not a single team fully you could feel actually 100% confident in. Like even Winnipeg and Edmonton still a little
Yeah.
bit of like Edmonton still is only 5-8 on the season,
Right.
whatever it is. Winnipeg, Zach Lars hasn't looked great this season.
No,
But
the
then
O line is hurt.
Montreal, we don't know what they are. BC, they're up and down. Toronto's up and down. Hamilton has Chris Jones completely turned around that defense, and are they good now?
Right.
Ottawa's up and down. Calgary's just bad, but they tie Montreal. Saskatchewan, can they turn around? But like, I don't know what to make of this CFL season. This is probably the most unpredictable CFL season in many years.
Anyone's ball game. That's what
Yep.
it is.
And that's awesome. I love that.
Bring on the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. We're
Yeah.
in for a fun finish.
I should see what the
Could
tickets
you
are.
imagine Edmonton going 0-7 to start the year and they make a Grey Cup run?
Right?
I feel like that's what's going to happen.
That would be amazing.
From what I'm watching now, because they're doing well, is like I feel like they're a pretty good team.
they are.
They're
They are.
interesting to
Yeah.
watch.
And 3 of their 5 losses were on the last second field goals,
Yeah.
right? So, or was it 4?
Was about
3 or 4? 3.
3 for sure.
Yeah.
I think they lost to Montreal on was it a last second field goal, or did they just lose by a field goal? They lost to Toronto and BC on last second field goals, I
Yeah.
believe. They lost to Ottawa on a last second
That's
field
right.
goal. And then is that it? And then, so the 3 for sure last second field goals, but also then lost to Montreal by 3 and Montreal by 4.
Yep.
So if we went and looked at all their 8 losses and averaged out how much they lost by, it's not a lot.
No,
like the Hamilton game was the outlier where they got decimated. That was the only big loss that they had this season. Just looking at tickets on Ticketmaster, West looks really sold at the moment. East is slowly, not slowly, but it's pretty sold. Obviously not as much as the West. I'm going to predict that they're probably going to be around a 23 to 25,000 seat or attended game, which is really nice.
Good,
Were you guys at the last one?
Yep.
No, Century. Were you?
Yeah, I was there with my son there, and that was just a good time, good vibe. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was beautiful weather.
Yep.
Yeah,
All 3 of you were there.
Yeah.
Trev was there.
yeah,
Zach
Trev
to
was
come. You're right, Corey. Like, it was just a good afternoon, evening of football.
and they won,
Yeah.
which just adds to it.
Yeah.
It was great.
That was fantastic. Sweeping the Labor Day series.
Yeah,
Very
right.
good.
What was that? 2004 last time it happened.
20 years?
20 years.
20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They actually don't do well on the sweeping. Like Calgary actually swept quite a bit. And Calgary has the record for winning the Labor Day rematch.
And how about the owner driving the the fire truck through the bench?
That was so
And then
fun.
going through the cheerleaders.
And then through the cheerleaders.
Instead of going
too.
straight, it goes through the cheerleaders. Just 'cause, like, I might as well finish this off. You know? Like, it's...
People were nice to the Stamps cheerleaders, at least in my section, which was great to see. Years past, not so much the case.
Really?
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
felt like they've always been good, but no.
I've seen it get a little nasty, but this year was really good. So, and they finally brought that back, where the Elks cheerleaders went down, and
Has that gone away for a little
it
bit?
went away a little bit, I believe. Yeah, and they brought them back this year.
I can't
which
get
was
to...
great.
I haven't seen, so...
Why'd they have both cheerleaders there?
Because it's a Labor Day.
Yeah,
It's been a
it's
Labor Day
just
Oh,
like
okay.
tradition.
show,
I
yeah.
loved it though. That
It's
was
just
awesome.
the
And they honored the cheer team.
Edmonton goes down, and they would, for years, they would go down and they'd get a performance on the field.
Yeah.
And then the week after, the Calgary cheerleaders would come up and they'd get a performance on the field.
Yeah.
And it's just always this, I think, added to that series.
I
That
think it's
that's
nice
just,
touch.
everyone comes out and
Yep.
just added the importance of Labor Day.
And it was cool, like you say, everyone was good to the Calgary cheerleaders, because in the section we were in, when they were going off the field, they were kids were going up and wanting the high five from the Calgary cheerleaders, and they were doing it, and it was great. I was like, well, that's nice.
I
That's
remember like 15 years ago, people saying some nasty things, and I'm like,
nice. Yeah.
that's funny, but it's not very nice.
Yeah.
They're not the ones playing.
No, they're not playing.
That's me.
They're
They go
part
on
of
the
show,
side.
like,
Corey.
Yes.
Once again, meet up at the market. Information on that.
Yeah, meet up in the market. It's Wednesday, the 25th. Tickets are $100. Hit me up either on Eventbrite or shoot me a DM on social media. The $100 gets you in, gets you a drink, the food, and entered into draws for a hind quarter of beef. Fills your freezer, $1,400 value.
man.
Side of pork or a chicken pack, and it's going to be a good time. Help support Butchery Team Canada.
Let's
As
go.
you go to the,
Get us to France.
Yeah.
You guys go to the Worlds next March.
Yeah, it's in March.
March.
Yeah.
When's the next practice?
Actually, later on this month. Because the meetup in the market is on the 25th, and I leave, and that's Wednesday, so I guess it's the 27th. I leave for Toronto to meet up with the team and have a practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
No Tim Hortons boxes with meat donuts.
No,
We
those
learned
were,
that lesson the
and
hard
because
way.
like there's also on not just the whole competition, but there's best beef product, best pork, best chicken, best lamb, and that was our presentation for best pork product, because we made it's like basically a sausage. It was a sausage meat donut, and then we dipped it in tallow. Give it a
glaze
glaze,
it, yeah.
And they were spectacular. They look great, but just the whole Tim Hortons concept was lost on the judges, because they were like, it looks great, but we don't know what that is.
Learn. Figure it out.
Yeah, right.
Why you judges?
Yeah, and actually, because our manager really befriended the Italian team, because he's Italian, and so we've got a lot of pointers and stuff from the Italian team, because they've been in past competition and stuff. And yeah, they run with a huge contingent. Like I want to say there was maybe 15 of us in total because the last one is in Sacramento.
Okay.
And which was cool. We got to do it from the Golden One Center. We were like on the floor, like where the Kings play and stuff. Oh,
brand new building too.
Oh, it's spectacular. And it's funny because we were in the locker rooms and like that's where we were kind of waiting before and stuff. And just little logistical things that you don't think about, like a basketball stadium, like the shower heads in there way up high. The urinals just up that much higher. Yeah, it's crazy. Just things you don't think about.
Did you see the beam?
The beam.
You know they like the beam? Trouble with Sacramento, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the beam?
You know they light the beam? Then I'll talk to you about this off air. But before you shut this down, I just wanted to say so bad.
Go on.
Did you know what the beam is? Go
Something
on.
with the Kings,
Come
honestly?
on. Yeah.
Why do I care about
the beam.
I'm not Damon Bunting.
Yeah.
I'm not a Kings fan. Why do I care what the...
know this.
I don't actually.
You do.
I don't follow the Sacramento Kings at all.
I'm so sorry. I mean,
Oh, no.
They're like the
You got me invested now. I want to know.
Yeah.
yelling
Ripped
at
here.
Maddie.
Yeah. Well, finish what you have to say, Jasmine, so I could wrap this up.
I wanted to say about Edmonton fashion talk. I wore white today, and these guys wore white today too. So there you have it. You can wear white after Labor Day, and I wanted to prove it.
What do you mean you want to prove it? Of course you can wear white after Labor Day. No one was going to stop you.
See, I don't adhere to that. That's why I wear black.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
You've been drinking.
No.
Okay.
I'm just
This is just her.
Yeah. All right.
sorry. It's Monday, not even Friday.
Acme Meat Market out in Ritchie. Go check it out. Amazing beef. I'm surprised no one walked in to eat some of that.
I'm gonna have
actually
some right
completely
away
stunned
here,
by
yeah.
that. Corey, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for
best
having
of
me.
luck with Meet Up the Market. Best of luck with Butchery Team Canada. And we'll have to have you on. Maybe at the very least after the event.
Yeah.
Just to see how
absolutely.
it went and
Yeah,
discuss all of that.
Yeah, we'll have lots of good stories.
But also go check them out. Acme Meat Market. Tom, great having you. Jasmine.
Thank you.
I guess it was fine having you here.
Yeah.
Savage.
It was great until the very end when I'm getting called out for not knowing something
you
about
wait
the
till we're off
Sacramento
air.
Kings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Light the beam.
You can keep saying it. It doesn't change whether I know it or not.
You sure you haven't been drinking?
On behalf of Tasmin, Jasmine, Corey, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in to the EST Hangout, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Coming up next, it is the Lock Shop. We've got the Oil Stream today. We got EST Afternoons and the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. Lock Shop, though, in a few minutes right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go. There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today,